Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun. Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun. Summer baby, let the sun shine in. It's vacation, chilling, unwinding from Cali, where it's summer forever. So I'm never under the weather. Optimist, sunny disposition, positive thoughts made this sufficient. My daughter Jasmine's my brightest light. I will guide her to the highest height. She feels pure joy in the ocean breeze. She always asks, can we go in please? We build beautiful core memories. Sunlight, the best natural remedies. Sand waves, sunshine, and cherished music brightens my muse, so therapeutic. We wake up ready to seize the day. School's out for summer, we're free to play.
Big Island chillin', West Coast style, long sword style. Light it up, enough respect, like you don't know.
Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun. Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun. The sun moves me, that's any feng shui. I always look better in these sun rays. Sunrise in the east and it sets in the west. We are blessed with life, let's win the rest. Make every day feel like you found the one. Lucky earth revolves around the sun, cause life itself is a miracle. Love will always be empirical. Praise the sun for life since ancient times. In the sunlight, joy's attainment climbs. So blessed to be in the golden state. I welcome you all with open gates. California is one giant beach, hugged by the sun's silent tyrant reach. Perfect weather, all the lovers stay. Rejoice, thank God for another day. Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun. Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun. Shining in the sunlight, so bright, and it feels so right, no plight. I rise up this morning, smiling hard. I smile with the rising sun.
This is white people. It's definitely a white podcast.
Yeah, that's almost done. Okay, I'm not pressing that button. Oh, there I am. Hi.
Hello, ladies.
Why do I look like chubby in there? Oh, weird. I don't know.
No, you're it's body dysmorphia, son.
Right, seriously.
Yeah, see, they're laughing at you, the fucking ghouls.
Okay, we're keeping this.
Yeah.
Star Wars. What are all these Star Wars sounds? Oh, welcome to the Zero Grav podcast.
Welcome to Life with Zero Gravity.
Are we getting copyrighted for this? We might get in trouble for this, actually.
Suck our dicks. Oh, wait. What's too far?
No, a little bit too far.
Demonetized.
Okay, I know, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't tell me we have to do this again. There we go. Thank God. Jesus. Dude, like some of these are going off for so long, and I'm like,
damn
yo.
soundboard, yeah.
I know.
For real.
I think it's just because my face is like inside the hoodie that it looks like puffy. I don't know.
Well, and you're pretty far from the screen, so.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting fat kid phobia again. No. I fat shame as a fat person. No, I'm just kidding. I fat shame myself.
I get my fat clothes to my fat friends because they're fat. It's like that's how those ads used to be.
I feel like that came with trauma, though. I feel like the reason why I used to fat shame myself is because there was like a point where like it was just like it wasn't by people. It was like by my own fucking family, and I was like, really, seriously?
They would fat shame you?
My mother, and definitely.
What would she say?
She just used to point out things that like I didn't like about myself, and I would try to hide it, I guess. And then like I would be like, seriously, thanks, mom. Like that's for fucking me. Like instead of uplifting me, you're fucking shaming me. So whatever.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
She did that with me and my brother, though.
She was your op. No,
seriously. No, my brother told me a story. I was like, she did not say that to you. He's like, dude, she said that to me. But apparently one time she was like, what'd she say? She's like, oh, like I saw someone that looked like you today, but he was in shape and he had a girlfriend and I knew it wasn't you. And I was just like, she did not fucking say that. He's like, yes, she said that to us.
That's brutal.
My mom was a brutal person.
That's like my dad. My dad would say some stuff.
Yeah, like exactly. Whatever the fucking arse. No, because there used to be a point. I sit with like, you obviously know, like I have a posture, like a good posture now. But back then, my mom used to tell me, like, she'd be like, because I used to like hunch my fucking shoulders in because I just didn't want like my man boob showing. And my mom be like, why do you walk like that? Look at Nick. He walks like that with his shoulders up and like he's too scared to show himself or some shit. And I'll be like, dude, when we were trying to fucking like feel a little bit confident about myself and you're gonna fucking just throw me under the bus. I'm like,
damn, that sucks.
There was a point in time where I didn't like to look at myself in the mirror. Like legitimately, like I would not look at myself in the mirror because I was just so like over. Like that's what you call trauma, though. If you don't get over that kind of stuff like that, then you're just locked in forever.
Yeah, that's scary. Or like like you go down a dark path with that.
I mean, now, especially I think when 2020 happens, like I was like, there was one point where I was like, you look good regardless. Like you have a great looking body. Like you look fine. Like no matter what fucking as it should be though. Like I would obviously keep healthy, like take care of yourself, but then like you should also like be happy with the body that you have. You know, the fact it's able to process food, to fucking allow water, like be in health and somewhat, depending on how much you take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. So
it is true.
You should definitely like be acceptable with your body because everyone wants like the perfect physique, and especially how much we see on social media and all that stuff. Yeah, they really do. But I love that when girls like fitness coaches, where they avidly go and they show like a post and they'll like turn sideways and like suck in their stomach, and then they'll show them actually relaxing and be like, don't believe everything you fucking see on social media, please.
Yeah, which
is true. Everyone does it. Everyone alters themselves. Fucking CapCut, dude. CapCut has like so many tools that you can actually alter yourself.
I haven't messed with it too much, but I know
it's insane. Like you can like alter your face, your body shape, like your leg mass and like your shoulders, and like you can alter so much in CapCut, and it's insane to me. I'm like, wow, like you really like live yourself through a filter. But some people want that perfect little physique.
Yeah, I've never been like the type, like I don't really put like filters on my Instagram pictures unless it's like something where it just makes it a cool color or something.
If I'm sleepy, I will, because I don't want people seeing my bags. That's as far as I go, though. I'm like, I do not need people seeing my fucking bags. I'm not altering much besides that. I'm like, I look tired in some photos. I'm like, nope, like I gotta fucking alter this, especially when it comes to modeling and shit. I'm like, no, like I need to fucking fix that. Like those bags are my eyes. That's it. That's
what if you're modeling for pajamas? Then that might be.
I'm just like fucking knocked out. Also, yeah, hi everybody. We just started this off like on a traumatic like entrance. Welcome to the trauma. Yeah, the trauma
big
show.
Trauma show.
Not the Truman Show. The trauma show.
Yeah, no, that's like, you remember that fighter Triple G? He used to say, "I'm being big drama show." Big trauma show, right?
Exactly.
Big trauma show.
Yeah, what's up? I haven't seen you, man. We haven't done this in a while.
I know. We should. Yeah, we definitely need to do it more, I think. I got to set it up more.
Well, we had a long day today. We did a recording session before we actually came to start doing the podcast, which is fun.
Like we had a full day, and thank you for that. I mean, you could have just taken a day off or something.
No days off. No days off. Must grind until you die. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that.
That's what the boomers want.
Apparently so. I mean, don't get me wrong. Definitely grind for what you want, but like just grinding till fucking death. Like, there's no way no one should live their life. Just because you're working harder doesn't mean that like it's literally working smarter.
Yeah.
Like in that scape of just like, come on, take care of yourself, please.
So what do you think? So it's funny. You just made me think of a topic. You know, they've been talking about how the average lifespan will, like, in our lifetime will extend past 100, like pretty commonly.
Not for a Wookiee. No, Wookiees
What
live
is
to like,
their lifespan? Probably pretty long.
I
huh?
think it's to 800.
Oh damn.
Because Chewie, when you meet Chewie in Han Solo, like the one with fucking childish Gambino, fucking no, he's already 400. So then I think by the time it reaches like episode 8 or 9, he's already like almost 500 or
That's
something.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, off topic. But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
What do you think about lifespans extending, like, to
I think
100?
it's honestly, I feel like this conversation can go either which way.
Yeah.
Because apparently back then, I don't doubt whatsoever that back then, like life expectancy for how much people took care of themselves, apparently people lived to like 100, like back in, I don't know, like before 1800s and shit like that, which I wouldn't like doubt because of like food. But then I would also say that people were probably dying off because of disease, like fucking like scarce food, scarce nutrition and shit like that. I feel like, okay, people probably died of natural causes way more back then, especially like whatever disease fucking hit them. But if they're a well-taken human being, or a human being was taking care of themselves, I feel like they'd probably live to like 110 or some shit, like Moses and stuff like that. As far as now, like, I don't know, like genetics, like being altered, stem cell. What? I don't think stem cells bad. I just feel like it's a very heavy topic.
It's controversial for people.
Yeah, it's very controversial for people, but it's like, if we're if we're doing this to, like, you know, boost our health and morale, then go for it. I think there was someone actually doing it, that he was putting like a certain amount of genes or chromosomes into his body to have his body like take up the physical nature of like a fucking like 20-year-old version of himself, like physically and also like to like look wise, because he was just trying to stop, I guess, like aging at some point. So I don't know. I know that it's great that we're like finding better nutritional value, and also like science has gone so fucking far that it helps us, like, you know, really look into things to help us stay like younger, healthier. I kind of like looking, but then at the same time, it's also altering us in so many different ways. Like, someone was telling me about the fact that like people are putting rods in like their legs to make extend their height, and also like, I guess, not lose like the muscle mass, or like, you know, decrease in muscle as you get older or something of the sorts. And I was like, that's fucking bizarre to me. So I don't know. I mean, I like to take a more healthier of a natural approach. I mean, because we're still fucking young, and on top of that, once we get older, who knows how much further science is gonna like take along to, like, you know, really even take this process even further from what we know now. I mean, this is moving so quickly throughout the years. Everything's moved so fucking quickly throughout the years. For instance, we're kids to like even now, it's just such a freaking crazy. It's so crazy to see how much stuff has progressed.
Yeah, it's like it expands exponentially. You know?
Yeah. For instance, fucking Cassini, like dropping into fucking Saturn, like that thing's been up there for years. The rover on fucking Mars, like, and it's just going to keep progressing more and more. Like, it comes to a point where people are like, wait, one day we might live on Mars. And it's like, I won't see that in my lifetime. And now at this point, it's like, I might see that shit if I be like fucking turned 80 or 90. Like, if I live that long, I might actually see that happen. Like, it's coming to a reality, like really possibly very soon. So it's kind of crazy to think about. I already thinking about colonizing the moon and shit. So,
yeah,
because it just sounds like science fiction. It sounds made up, like to the point where you're like, that's not gonna be a real thing. And it's like, you can try to disbelieve it all you want, but it's just like, actually, no, it could be a real possibility.
Yeah, no, it can be for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Mars, it seems, the more I think about it, the more unrealistic it seems.
Yeah.
You know, like Elon wants to colonize Mars. And
I know those guys are just cartoon characters in their own way. But if like an actual substantial study for like how they actually want to do it, have you seen those? How they were like create domes and basically like can link together like oxygen bubbles and stuff.
But they've tried stuff like that and it like didn't work.
So I think like, the only thing, since it's kind of like a dead planet. I mean, it really already had its like thrive. Apparently, once it had water on it, I mean, it's in the habitable zone, because we now know that there are habitable zones in every like kind of galaxy, or on like surrounding a fucking star, which we're right in the middle of ours. So I mean, we're really good. But the fact that I guess Mars used to be too, and then they had like, I guess, water of some sort. I mean, it's not hard to say that it didn't at one point. Plus, it's close to us, so who's to say like the same asteroids didn't hit Mars than the ones that hit us? So
Yeah.
Because asteroids carry those materials. So think about it. If it's in that habitable zone, then it could most likely happen.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely can. It's very possible.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should honestly discover more of our fucking ocean before we even go further into space. We really want.
It is weird that we don't like the ocean's just sitting there and like they don't really.
It's probably the
explore it that
danger of
much.
like how much they say, like they're like, oh, the pressure. I'm like, well, there's pressure in space is almost even like
Yeah.
greater than mass. Like, how the fuck are we not making this shit happen in the ocean?
And we can't live on. I don't think we can live on any of these planets
Unless like the
so-
reptilian overlords just don't want us going in the water because they're like, that's our domain. You
It's our
need to see-
domain.
you need
Yeah,
to see
well,
all that.
Well, there probably is some wild stuff in there.
There is,
They don't want
honestly.
people
They
to
say
know
I think
about.
every time they dive down, like when they go down for those deep dives, that they they find like at least 100 new or some amount of number of new species every time. And when you see like those bioluminescent like fucking creatures down there, and like they're all like translucent and shit like that because they just adapt to the pressure. They look insane. Those look
Yeah.
alien already. You're like,
They do.
they're
Or
like, this
a-
shit looks like alien stuff coming out of you.
Or like an octopus.
Mhm.
That seems like an alien. It's like
Yeah.
shaped like an alien. It's like
It grows,
It's
it
really-
shrinks, and it like camouflages and shit. They're smart. They're
It's really an
very
advanced-
intellectual too.
yeah, and they're really like an advanced life form if you think about it.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, the way their bodies move,
Yeah.
that's so wild that that's even a thing.
Yeah, that they could shrink and like kind of like, I don't know, think of how different survival tactics happen in the wild for them. I've seen some pretty wild shit on like
Yeah.
just on regular fucking like TV or some shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Or like those animal like TikToks and they show like little clips of like, things of the day and like some of them are octopuses and whatnot. You see some wild shit.
Yeah, really.
Excuse me for my sniffles, by the way. I'm barely getting over a cold that happened for freaking once autumn comes, I'm such a bitch when it comes to allergies. Allergies get me fucked up. If I was a type of Pokemon, I'd fucking be weak to grass for sure. Because fucking pollen, once the season changed, I love autumn, I love fall, but then right when it hits, I always just get bombarded with allergies and I'm fucked.
Is this your favorite season?
Spring and fall.
Spring and fall. You don't like the summer?
I didn't I did as a kid. I think what happened was like, I think as a kid, I really enjoyed summer because it was like, oh, summer's here. You get to go hang out with your friends, go do shit, go to the movies, like go to parks, like play. You're always traveling around, traversing and shit like
Yeah.
that. And then I got to be an adult. And then the fact I have to work all the fucking time in summer as an adult, I think I hated it after a while because it's hot. You're just working in summer all the goddamn time. And I just didn't like that. So then after a while, I was like, fuck summer, dude. Like, it's just always like a downfall. I never did anything in summer. This
Yeah.
past summer, though, I did a lot. Like, this past summer, I was like, damn, this summer went by quick. Like, I did so much shit at the same time. I think I'm going to go see a lot of shows. I think that was what it was, really.
Oh, this summer?
Yeah, I was actually looking back. I might have to make like a reel or a TikTok about it. But I was looking at all the shows I went to this year. I went to a lot of shows this year. A lot.
What was like your favorite one you went to?
I don't know. There's so many good ones. Blink was a highlight. Blink 182 show was really cool.
The one that you didn't let me go to
My
with me?
bad. I'm sorry. It was kind of like, I was just like, fuck it, I'm over it, I'm going. And I was like, that's what one of my other friends said. He's like, how fucking dare you? He's like, I love Blink 182. All you had to do was just call me and I would have went with you. And I was like, I wanted people to answer to my fucking Instagram first off.
I did.
My bad. I think I got to you too late. No, that was good. Turnstile fucking killed it. Their opening act, who I forgot who they were fucking awesome. I forgot what the fucking name was for that band. It was like a girl band, but they're sweet. Yeah, Blink 182 was just sweet to see. It was like my teenage boy came out again, and I was just like having like a fun moment of just being like, fuck, like, dude, I get to see Blink 182 again. Like, it's fucking awesome. I don't even think I've seen them once. I think that was the first time I seen them.
I seen them years ago. I think the first comeback or whatever.
Okay.
I saw them like with Weezer.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
I don't know. I would have to go back. Cloud was a lot of fun. I think I've seen him like twice this year. He's always a lot of fun. ISOXO, that was cool. Kind of bummed me out though.
Why is that?
Because I don't know. I think I got into my own head. Like it's something I shouldn't have done. Like I was comparing myself to someone that's already further on their like journey, and I felt like I just bummed myself out because I was invited to go for the album release. I went to the album release. I like congratulated him, and I like was there, and like it was just like Brown is Lemonade through this concert for him, and then I was just seeing like the success of someone celebrating like their fucking album release. And then I compared it to myself, like I should be there doing that, and I should be like, I should be filling those shoes.
Yeah.
Like why am I not further along, and why am I not in this position doing this for Brown and Lemonade? And then like I even left early. Like I left the show early, and I was just like bummed. And then like I didn't even drink. I was sober the whole time, and I was just like really getting down on myself, comparing myself to someone else's success. And I don't think I should have done that, but it kind of like pushed me to be like, well, fucking keep working then. Like, don't give up on yourself. Which I know people say like patience, your journey is your journey, and blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I think I'm my biggest own critic, and I get really hard on myself. Like I get hard. I'm my biggest critic for sure. I think perfectionism is something that I suffer with, and yeah, that was a night that really bummed me out. Especially someone was there that I knew was going to be there, and I didn't want. At first I wasn't giving any thought, and it's someone I like really liked, and then the fact I see someone I really like praising someone that like I want them to be my biggest fan, but I can't change people. I can't change people's opinion. Like they like who they like, for obvious reasons. Like that's their favorite artist because they love their music. And I think that's I think it's some kind of weird romance thing in me to like have someone like idolize my music like that. Like I want someone to like, but at the same time, it's like, you should be that. Like you yourself should be that for yourself. Like you don't have to depend on other people. Yeah. See, these are things I already know. It's just like I just somehow like come to a halting stop, like an ass grinding stop, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like I totally forgot about all this.
Yeah, it's easy to get in your head, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Especially as an artist, well, you're an artist too. You're like
I feel
automatically. On top of that, you're a dad, so it's even times 2, if anything like that.
Yeah, then you feel like you're failing. It's like
yeah,
because this is so. Jazzy thought that my music was being played on the radio all the time, I think, because I would play it and it would be coming out of the radio.
Hey.
And it's like, I didn't really have the heart to tell her that wasn't what was happening.
Yeah.
So I just but I think eventually she figured it out, or like some hater probably told her or something.
Her mom.
Yeah. Well, it could be. I wasn't going to say that, but.
Sorry, I said that on air. You know me. I don't give a fuck sometimes.
Honestly, though, I do think that's the case. Because I could totally see her saying, sounding just like that.
Yeah.
Just being like, oh, that's not his real music.
Oh, God.
It's not really.
At least Chewie supports you. Chewbacca supports you.
Yeah, I feel like he would. I mean, it's space themed stuff. He'd be like,
that's true.
I fucks with this.
You'd be bumping that in the Millennium Falcon for sure.
Yeah.
So
Chewie would really like that one track we recorded for the
Which one?
For the Vatos.
Oh yeah, Chewie's Mexican.
Yeah, you'd be bumping.
I think I've already talked about this on your fucking podcast. I'm not doing it again.
What's that?
Chewie being Mexican. I know I've probably talked about that shit like 4 times already in your podcast. I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah, sometimes I forget. Like there probably is stuff we've covered,
and shit.
Like Pedro Fernandez. He gets into the same stories. It's kind of funny.
That's that old man syndrome that I was talking about.
I
mean, granted, when you do something cool, I mean, you would want to.
He's done some really cool stuff, so it's
I want to keep. I want to be the type to keep doing more cool stuff. Even after a certain point, I still just want to keep doing cool shit. So like maybe by the time I'm near my grave, then I can like relapse and tell people everything, or be like, go back and look at my fucking resume. Like it's all right there.
Yeah.
Or, like you don't need to fucking hear that shit.
That would make a lot of sense, actually.
There's sometimes I look at my old TikToks or old videos and I get nostalgic about it. I'm just like, oh my God, like remember that moment? Like how you felt, like, how do you feel and shit like that? But then I'm just like, keep going though. Like don't just
keep going.
Don't just hold on to the past. I feel like, I mean, it's great to like, look back and reflect and like also know where you came from and shit. But I feel like if you just keep reminiscing about the past, you're not moving forward.
Good job, Nicholas. You're doing good.
Yeah, there you go. Pat on the back. Oh shit! No, that was too intense. That was Duel of Fates. When did that come up out of nowhere?
I guess they do a Star Wars.
You know what I think it is too? I think people bring their fucking USB or some shit, and they plug it in, and then they upload it, and then because there's multiple times we came in this room, and there's different sounds.
This is different sounds though.
Because even when you look at the file names, it shows like star like SW like 49321 like something like that. It'll show the file beta data, and I'm just like, oh.
Is it just me too, or does that look newer?
No,
I might be tripping.
I wiped it down.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
That's what it was. There's the alcohol wipes in the studio, and I wiped it down because I was like, I don't want to be touching these knobs and shit, bro, with the fucking old stuff on it.
Yeah. There was something that happened recently, and I was like, oh, I guess people are really done with COVID. Someone did something like real unsanitary, and I was just like, I forgot what it was. I was
There's still COVID going around, dude, and people are just People are just disgusting. Like, I don't know. There's times that I still fucking like wear gloves or wear masks in certain scenarios, and I'm
I
just
use a lot of hand sanitizer for sure.
yeah, I do too. I
Yeah.
wash my hands a lot. I'm a germaphobe, kind of.
You know when I really do it is like when I pump gas.
Yes, for sure.
I always feel weird like not doing that.
Yeah, because there's been so many hands like on that.
Touching that, and it always just seems dirty anyway.
Yeah, it always because it's a gas station. There's just grease and stuff like that.
Oh, that grease.
One thing I have done and I still continue to do is I wear a mask like when I go to concerts or raves, especially raves.
That's probably smart.
It is because like there's times the crowd gets so thick and stuff like that. Like I just feel like there's like musk in the air, and then people are like breathing all extra heavy.
Nerds.
Some motherfuckers smell, and I'm just like, nope. Like that's just staying on my face. Like it just, I don't know. It's kind of a comfort thing too.
Funk.
Like like wearing a mask to me, it's probably my anxiety. Like honestly, but wearing a mask sometimes is like kind of like a comfort thing. Like it's just, I don't know. It reminds me I'm breathing. Like it just keeps me. It feels like I'm keeping safe somehow. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a weird.
Sometimes you go to a future funk show and there's like present funk, like it smells like ass right there.
Yeah, for real.
It's like this is present funk.
Dad joke for you.
For real though.
Yeah.
But what was I? Oh, I was gonna. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on here.
By all means, just throw it on me.
I figured this made sense. Like, how are you feeling about this recording session? The one we just.
The one we just did.
Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, it's been a fucking while since you and I have been back in the studio. I mean, we like pretty much did like a whole 8-hour shift today, like pretty much, which is kind of nice.
It is nice, yeah.
This how Monday should be started. Honestly, it's been a while since you and I have been back to the studio. It's nice being here. I always love being in the studio. I feel like when I'm working here, it doesn't really feel like I'm working. It just feels like I get to do what I like doing rather than trying to hustle and shit like that.
Oh yeah, and this, by the way, we are brought to you by Pirate. We're at the Pirate Studio, so I should say that. Fair enough.
Also by Neon Genesis Evangelion by Shinjuku Archive. They've given me sponsored clothing that actually 2 brands. Shinjuku Archive, a clothing brand that's actually sponsoring me, and they gave me this jacket to wear. And also Zach is wearing one of our shirts from Longsword Style. You want to turn around for the audience inside, who's watching on fucking Instagram.
All right.
And also there.
You won't hear me for a second.
Yeah. So I'll give this a narration. So as Zach does the flawless turnaround, we actually see a pink corsets with that. And actually, hold on, let them see that character design right there is for our brand Longsword Style, and that actually has makings by me. Natty's wearing that pink shirt right now, and also inside the little slashes, there's also design inside his where it says Longsword Style and stuff like that. We have a bunch of other things coming out. Finally, the brand's coming together, though.
It's coming together.
We have multiple designs that have already been kind of polished up, which pretty much we just have to put it on the website now and just sell it. If you guys would be interested in supporting the media brand.
Longsword boys.
Yeah. You gotta be initiated.
Longsword lifestyle brand.
Longsword lifestyle. Also, long hair fucking brand. Well, my hair is kind of long right now.
My hair is pretty long. Actually, funny enough, what has happened to me multiple weeks, which is funny.
What?
I keep getting confused for Bradley Cooper. Because I think it's the hair. We have similar hair right now. His hair is kind of like this.
Yeah.
For a while, people were saying "Oh, you look like that guy from The Hangover."
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
But it's like the same scenario where it's like some guy's wife is like, "Can you see if that's Bradley Cooper?"
What the hell?
Yeah. And it's like one guy told me yeah, my wife was like, "If that's Bradley Cooper, oh my god!"
Oh my god, how funny!
But it's funny because I as soon as they said that, it's happened a few times, a few weeks in a row, weirdly. For a while, people would say, "Oh, you look like that guy from The Hangover," and I was like, "Which one?" Because that might not be good.
That's funny.
It's depending on
I don't look like anybody right now. My hair's just fucking long and it itches all the time, and I'm like, dude,
it's getting old. You're just like,
well, I'm trying to grow out the roots more because my stylist is just all like, you just need to grow it out more and then we'll cut it. And I've been wanting to cut it for a long time. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to black. I want to do another color. I want to do another color when I see old pictures of myself. I went white was okay. When I went silver and when I went fucking when I went pink, dude, those were fucking those were highlights of the year. Pink looked fucking really good on me, and so did silver. Silver and pink were just such good colors. Now
you miss the pink.
I kind of do. I look at old photos. I'm like, fuck, dude, that is such a vibe. And I'm like, I can't though. So I think I had the most compliments with that too. People are like, you wear that really well. And I'm just like, yeah. Oh, dang, the LA Dodger hat. Los Dodgers.
It's a city one.
Do you want to get into that conversation right now? We're about to get into baseball.
Should we? I was like, I knew once I put the hat on.
No. We'll continue that soon. We'll do that at the end when you do KRZR Sports.
Yeah,
Sports.
KZR Rose Boards, but not yet, motherfucker.
Yeah. Not yet. We'll get into that conversation once it comes up.
Yeah, it'll come up. But yeah, no, I felt like wearing the hat. I barely have worn it, so
that's true.
It's still pretty new.
That is true. Nice, good looking hat.
Thank you.
But yeah, to answer that question, pretty much. What was the question?
What was the question?
I'm not even high, but I'm just like, what was
the hair thing?
Oh yeah, the hair.
Oh, and then I was gonna say, like, I have this problem where it's like, I'll be like, damn, I want to cut my hair, and then I cut my hair, and I'm like, and then I see old pictures of me with the hair that I cut, and I'm like, I miss that hair.
No.
Like lately with the long hair, when I cut it, I'm like, I kind of miss the long hair.
No, dude, I don't know. I really want a haircut soon. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I was gonna cut it this weekend. I haven't had time at all to cut this weekend just because I've been on the move so much. I tried and I just like didn't have enough time. I had to keep traveling around. I had to go to my friend's my brother's friend's birthday party, and then I had to come back over here and record. And I was just like, there's not enough time in the day.
Not enough time. Yeah, I always feel like that every day. I'm like, I fit so much into a day. You know what I started doing? Oh, I forgot to do it. Oh my God, I totally blew it. I'm gonna put it on right now. I have a timer for work, like work hours, but I'll label it art so I can keep track of how much I'm working on my art. You know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I messed up because I've been doing art all day today.
Oh, dang.
So I forgot to run it. See, some of these, like you can see, I did like 10 hours, 6
Crazy.
hours, just making time for it, being conscious of like, no, I got to work on this, like in between.
I
would recommend it, honestly.
I should schedule myself more. You and Mars are fucking kings at that. Like Mars is so like, he's so onto a schedule, and it's crazy because he puts it up himself. He's like, let me look at my schedule. I have this much of time that I'm working on my shit. I'll put in an hour for longsword, and I also got to put in like an hour for this. I'm like, but he's by the book for himself. So he like makes like scheduled times, which is like a mindset for successful thinking, and actually, you know, for like building your strategy for how you want to like manage your time, which is great. I should probably do that. Yeah. My problem is like, go to do this. I'm like one at a time. It's like, okay, I got to do this. Now I got to do this. And then now I got to do this. But I just like go like incrementally. And then sometimes I don't even fucking make a schedule for myself. I just go. And then like, I just stop whenever I'm like, all right, I think I've reached like a good point where I should stop now. And then I'll start working on other shit, but then sometimes I get lazy at it because I'm just so fucking drained from the other thing. Yeah.
I feel that.
I don't know. I should definitely do that. I need to be more time manageable on myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm scheduled like today, you know, I'll schedule myself accordingly. I'll definitely like make time for stuff.
We're doing good today.
I'll make time for stuff that I need to do, and I'll do it like day by day. Like, but I just need to be more, I guess, time manageable on myself, I would say.
And once I start making more money off of this, I'll like pay you for appearances and stuff like that.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just doing what I do.
Stuff like that. Well, it's only fair. It's like, you know, you gotta make it worth the time.
I think it comes to a stand because I like to do that for my friends. Honestly, like I might have people I work with. I know they could work for me for free, but I'd rather pay them because they have good work they put out. And I'd be like, oh, it's your service now. Yeah, exactly. I want to support them now. And on top of that too, like, I don't want like to take advantage of people. Like, it's like, if you're good at it, I definitely will pay you for it because fucking like, it's the service that they do that I'm just like, it's rewarding for them as well. For like, I mean, yeah, it goes on their resume, and especially being an artist too, you get tired of doing free shit.
Yeah, for sure.
This year I've done quite a few free shows, like because I was helping out other people, or there's that one thing I posted where it was like pay for play, where like, you got to invite this many people to get your tickets and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, you either pay me my fucking rate or I'm not playing at all. Like, I did a few free shows this year, but no, I'm not a fan of it. And people say all the time, they're like, well, you have to pay your dues until you get there. It's like, I've done enough due paying, dude. Like, I'm not doing it more than that. Like, cause then you get stuck doing that shit. Yeah. It's like being like a DJ at a bar. Like you fucking like sort of like, well, just be a DJ at a bar forever if you don't up your pay rate, if you don't up your game, and then you're just like stuck with people fucking wanting to pull in favors all the goddamn time. Especially in this industry when it comes to music, no, people get taken advantage of.
Everybody wants something for free.
everyone wants the best work for free. Everyone wants to have like, you know, the highest demands possible with like little of interest fucking coming in for it. And I can't do that.
Nah, and you DJs actually have it a little better than like some of these rap shows. It's like nobody's making
I think
money.
it goes both ways though. I think that comes in all aspects though, for actors, actresses,
Yeah.
musicians, like
But like
guilds, like all that shit.
you could get paid for like a very small show.
The writers strike, they got fucking like fucked over pretty bad until they had to come up with that shit about them being underpaid so much. I think it's just literally the entertainment business in general. It's like corporations want the finance that it makes from like this, like the collective of like, you know, media and also like the personnel of everybody. But when it comes to the people actually making this entertainment, they're like, we're going to pay you the lowest possible, but we need the best work from you so we can satisfy the hunger of like these fucking pedestrians that like consume all this media.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. It's a hard time being a pimp, you know,
really
here in
is.
Los Angeles.
People underrate how hard that is.
No, but it's like Prince said, we got to play their game until like, you know, we get to where we want to be, and fucking maybe we could flip it inside out. So
yeah,
I don't know.
that's
it's a
that's
thing.
wild, right?
Yeah.
Well, it is true, but to an you know, there's also the thing where it's like you can't let them take advantage of you at the same time. Like,
No,
you got to learn how to play the game to an extent, but it's also like there's always time to break rules and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Like, you know,
look what happened to Bob Ross. That dude's still fucking getting made off of him when he's dead.
Man, poor Bob Ross, man.
Yeah,
he seems like such a nice guy too. Like, I was watching his documentary, and like the worst thing he did was he was like a little bit of a womanizer, just because he just liked girls and like he was flirty.
Yeah,
but he didn't like, it wasn't like he was like doing anything unwanted. It was just like he just kind of like not even really got around, just like he just like you know, was just a little more free sexually, I guess. Nice. That was like the worst thing about Bob Ross, and that's not even bad. That's just like,
yeah. I mean, as long as it wasn't doing any like mental harm or fucking physical harm to these women, then I think that'd be okay. But I mean, as long as it was consensual, then I guess that's how it is.
It was just that's what, from what I remember, that was like the worst thing, because sometimes you get nervous to watch that stuff because like, oh no, I'm gonna like end up like it's gonna be something I don't like.
He's just on ecstasy with Tame Impala playing, and he just has like some fur fucking like cap on, and just like in Hollywood. Yeah, that's what I imagine with Tame Impala. Tame Impala's music, like I feel like she should be walking downstairs to an orgy in Hollywood with like a boa constrictor wrapped around you and stuff like that. Just like that music just sounds so like 70s porno music or something to me. It's like, what the hell?
It does, and then even the album covers kind of look like that.
Yeah,
right.
I love Tame Impala though, so not shitting on it whatsoever.
No, I didn't take it as that.
Yeah,
you know. So when can we expect new music from you? When are you gonna drop new music?
I have been fucking working on the EP. I believe I'm trying to do that probably beginning of next year, like beginning of January for sure. I'll probably release the single. I think I'm almost done with it. I think I'm just being too much perfectionism. I'm just like, it needs to be cute this way, and or like it needs to sound this way, and I'm just like, or then I hear certain songs and I'm like, I know I could do better if I'm just like, just fucking release it, dude. Like, there's no point of you trying to fucking like, because there's a point too, like you got to call it, because if you just keep fucking butchering it, then it's going to sound way different than the original idea started as. Things have shelf life. Yeah. Things definitely have shelf life, and I feel like a
masterpiece, my friend.
True, but you don't know that till it's released.
Yeah, we definitely overthink it, because with the tracks we were doing today, I sat on these tracks and I was like, no, it's not right, it's not. And then once I started doing them, I'm like, there was nothing wrong with these.
Yeah, no,
so I feel that
the thing I'm kind of not bummed out about. I knew that it was going to take some time, but like the Sad Boy Summer like live visual set that I made, we got the recorded in summer for sure, but like I have to go through all the edits. I have to like get all the fucking rest of the footage. I still gotta. Honestly, realistically, that set probably won't be released till summer of next year, which is kind of shitty for me because I wanted that to be seen immediately.
No one will know.
And people were asking. That's the thing, though. Like I had made so much promotion about it, and then people were like asking me, like, "Well, when's it coming out?" Or like, "Did you finish it?" And I'm just like, "I did, but like I have to fucking piece it together now." And then there's so many shots that I saw where I was just unsatisfied with, because like you see my hands on the deck, but then it's dark and it just looks like I'm like DJing into nothing and shit. And I'm just like, God damn it. And like, I wanted the visuals to be focused on a lot more. I get pretty creatively, like, I don't know, like I was specific on what I want.
No,
so.
I feel that, because it's funny you said that, because like on my music videos, I'm like, I don't know, these kind of suck. But then, but then people like them, and I'm like, oh well, I don't know.
I think it's because you're going this big critique. I think that's why too. I'm such like a pet peeve for like what I specifically want, and then like if I don't get it, like I'm just like, it's not done right. I want it how I want it, and people. I mean, as all people should be, but I'm open to other creativity. You know, I'm open up to a group of people working together to come up with something, because it's magical. It's a blessing almost, but.
Yeah, I think we have like what's it called? Like we both have that thing where it's like we have these really big ideas for stuff we want to do visually.
A god complex? No, I'm just...
Well, yeah, that too. Of course, naturally. I mean, oh my God. I mean, come on.
Be humble.
Yeah.
Bitch, be humble.
We are gods. No. Right after you say we are gods. Humble gods.
No, I mean, realistically,
gods.
Respectfully, I think, okay, the visual set summer. I am releasing something this winter. I'm releasing like just a small video on YouTube. That
Whiny boy winter? Or no?
There you go. Winter weed.
Whiny woman winner. There you go.
Damn, you pissed off so many people right now.
Trademark that.
Trademark that. No, that, and then single January, and then the rest of the fucking EP, dude. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I have a big plan for that, so I might maybe do summer. That's the goal, maybe, because I was gonna say spring. If it's ready in time, I'll definitely release in spring.
Summer feels like the ultimate time for music, you know. I know we talked about favorite seasons.
I probably should do it in spring though, because I am going to be going to Japan in spring. So
spring is a nice time.
So yeah, those are my dates right now. I think if I just sit on one fucking track forever, I'm just gonna fucking be kicking the ass to me.
That's funny. I've been planning to go to Japan in like the near future too, because I'm just like, I've been waiting too long.
Dude, so have I. Like, I've been saying I want to go for years. I've been saying that I will go eventually when the time's right. I think originally what my plan was is because I was like, I don't want to pay for traveling. I basically want to travel with my music, and that's the way I travel. Like, I will travel, like, you know, to like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that was like my goal. And then
that's one place you're probably gonna want to go
and stay for. Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, I don't know, like I'm gonna have to treat myself to this one. Just go. So I want to go for my birthday. So I'm thinking about like the last week of April to like the first week of May.
Oh, so you didn't book it yet?
Yes, we did. So that's why. That's our last. Those are our weeks.
Okay.
So from like, I think it was like the 20s. No, not the 20s. So what is it? Like the 21st through the fucking 6th or something like that.
Oh, nice.
But also I want to go there and see if like I just can perform. I'm just gonna bring my deck, or like bring a deck, and just bring a USB and be like, hey, like, can I fucking play? Like, it's just we'll go to some nightclub and just be like, let's just fucking do it, dude.
Make this happen.
Yeah, see if I can network or link with anybody. I'll probably talk to some people that I know and then see what happens and see if I could just link up out there and play.
Yeah. It could happen. I actually know this rapper that he'll be out there. He's probably like similar profile to us. Not like, I mean, we're fairly known, but we're not like, you know.
Well, the reason why I booked it too is because I got fucking tired of. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have this in my heart. I shouldn't be speaking out this way, but like I got so tired of seeing people that I know going to Japan, and it was just pissing me off. I'm like, what? Like, how do you get to go and I have yet to fucking be there yet? I'm like, excuse me, like you don't even like anime, you bitch. No, just playing. I'm just kidding. It's not even about that.
It does feel like
people that wasn't even on their list, but they go, and then I'm like, what? I'm like, how the fuck is everyone going to Japan? And I have yet to even go there once. And I've been talking about this for years. Like, I've been wanting to go to Japan since I was like, I don't know, fucking like 11, I think. I have no idea why. I don't even know why I'm so sour about it. I think it's just because I've been waiting so long to go, and like seeing all these people do it before me. And I've been trying to be like, it's okay. Like, you'll go when you go. And I'm just like, you know what? That's the last straw. Like, I need to fucking get my ass up and go. Yeah. I've been waiting way too fucking long, and I need to be there. And even the people I work with, like the Japanese people who work for the clothing brand, they're like, how have you not been? It seems like you're such a vibe. And I'm just like, I know, dude. So I don't know.
You should, yeah. I mean, I always envisioned us going there, you know?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff at first it was, we're going to go for a week. And then we're like, we need to go for 2 weeks because we need to nail out everything we want to do Like there's a lot of stuff there that I know that I want to do, and there's a lot of stuff there I want to see, and there's a lot of stuff that I know that's been on my list for a while, but I'm just like, I don't even know if fucking 2 weeks is even fucking gonna be like exactly enough time.
Be enough, but that's a good amount of time.
I don't even mind if I get stuck there. Like if I just like end up staying there, I'd be like, fucking, I'll see you in 3 months. Like, I'm sorry, I'll be here for a minute.
It could happen.
Because one, for instance, go see the Gundam, fucking do Mario Kart racing, go to a fucking onsen, go to fucking definitely the fish market that happens every like monthly. If I have enough time, go fucking to Okinawa, climb Mount Fuji, like definitely go into like the manga fucking section of like Shibuya, the fashion part of fucking Japan, the like Dover street market, definitely that shit. Try to play at the same time. There's all this shit I'm listing. I'm like, am I gonna have enough time to do this in fucking 2 weeks, dude? Like, there's a lot there. I've been thinking about forever, and I'm just like, I just need to fucking do this. Like, so it's definitely gonna be my vibe.
I kind of want to go. I had an idea of like going to like, you can stay at Osaka Castle. I always wanted. It's not even that expensive either,
dude. We were looking at some places, and like, that's the reason too. We thought it was gonna be an expensive plane ticket. It was like only $600, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I know that blew my mind too.
Because at first I was like, "How the fuck are people going there with such expensive ticket prices?" And it was literally, I think that was another thing too.
They make you think that it's gonna be like 2,000.
Well, then I heard that you needed your visa to go, and then I was asking other people, I'm like, "Did you need your visa when you went?" They're like, "No, we just needed your passport." And I was like, "What? How? Why was I thinking you needed your visa? I heard somewhere along the lines you needed your visa to go there." And I was like, "I don't have my fucking visa. It's gonna take a long time to apply for that."
Oh yeah.
So no, I don't know.
You might. I think you can get like an e-visa or whatever too. Like there's like easier processes.
Yeah. No. There's so much I want to do. And then like I said, all these white bitches going. I don't get to go. No, I'm just playing. No, definitely too. One thing I am going to be going out there for. Like there's 2 business things I'm going out there for. 3, the clothing industry, Dover Street Market, and also like Stussy and fucking Ruka Rare. Also on top of that, go for music, try to definitely play out there in a couple of shows or clubs, depending.
Yeah.
3rd, fucking Pokemon, dude. I am going to go out there and try to get so many fucking box sets of Pokemon and come back and just be like, I got it without no shipping fees. So fuck it. The Pokemon Center, I need to visit the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, it might be smart to go there with like a semi-empty suitcase and just fill it up.
I might buy one when I'm out there. Because we were looking at Airbnbs. They were not that. I think it was like, what was it? It was like, I think it was like $500 at some places to stay for 2 weeks. And I was like, split that between 2 people, and that's fucking easy. Yeah, on top of that too, like the sleeping pod hotels and stuff like that were fucking like cheap as fuck. And I was like, I'd be honestly down to do it for a couple nights. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Huh?
Yeah. The only thing I'm like, fuck, that might take a minute is Okinawa. Because I really want to go to Okinawa, but it's like far. Like it's like for I'm in Shibuya, Osaka, or like Kyoto, like it's like so much further down the islands that I would have to like fly or take a train all the way to the edge and then take a boat or fly to Okinawa. I don't know. It would take a minute.
That'd be tough.
I think that would take like a 2 or 3 day like experience out of the 2 weeks that I'm there. So that's a good chunk.
Probably would.
Yeah, it's like a good because also like getting there, spending time there, getting back. Like it's just like it's a whole thing where I'll be like, damn, that's gonna be a long fucking journey if I try to go to Okinawa and then like try to have enough time to do everything else I'm trying to do. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, I'm trying to go in the near future. If you want to like link up, I'm down.
Dude, yeah. Well, my boy Chris and I, we just talked. And he's like, I want to go, and I was like, I want to go. Like, I'm tired of seeing all these fucking whack motherfuckers go. No, I'm just. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so bitter and sour about it. I just can't let it go. I know I should be all good for them. I'm happy for you. Like, that's great. And first I was like, I was so like, that's great for you. Like, that's amazing. You have to experience that. But like somewhere along the lines, like the more and more I kept saying that, I was like, I'm just getting fucking pissed off now. Annoying, yeah, like I'm just getting fucking annoyed that all you guys went.
I had that experience too. I saw this. It was like this model girl that's like never shown any interest in Japan.
Exactly.
And she's like there.
Why am I like this?
Doing all types of fun shit, and I'm just like, I want to go.
Yeah.
So I'd be down. I'm not trying to invite myself, but I'd be down. I mean, I was planning on going like early next year, so that would kind of fit into that timeline.
Yeah, no, because then it's a thing too that people, I'm like, do you even speak Japanese? Did you even try to speak Japanese? Like, no, I just went around and did whatever. I'm like, dude, fucking at least learn some of the basic languages. Like, come on now. No, yeah, which it's the ending week of April to I'm just throwing my business out over the air. Oh my god.
Well, what if the fans want to link up there?
That's true. If you do
you
see
could
me,
get bitches.
yeah, no, I'm
Say
just going out there.
konnichiwa, bitches.
I'm just trying to get up there to link up with music. There is actually one rapper out there that I want to see if I can link up with. He's this really tight dude. So
there you go. Yeah, is it Shing? No, Shing
no,
O2.
No, he's like this. But no, I want to see if I can link up with some people. I'm out there for sure. So
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the music scene, I definitely want to go out the nightlife.
Yeah, I'd be down, man, especially to celebrate your birthday. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I think that's the thing. I never took enough initiative in my birthday. I always wanted other people to do shit for me or like have like surprise birthday party. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm gonna have to do this myself. Like it's up to me to fucking do it. And I've got to see other people do like cool shit. I'm like, I need to stop waiting around. Like, I think that's what the realization was going to Japan for. Like, you need to stop waiting around and just fucking go.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people I work with,
I've been on that wave lately.
Yeah, as you should be, bro. As you should be. Because like I went to like my CEO, my fucking people I work with. They were just telling me like, just get up and go. Like shit's fucking cheaper than you think it is out there.
It really is. I just thought like, oh damn, I need like 2,000 or 3,000 just for the plane ticket. It's like
no.
You could probably get by with that much for the whole trip, like including.
I've been seeing a lot of that. Like a lot of videos have been like, oh yeah, like how my trip was only $2,000 for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, yeah, exactly. So that's the goal. Another one we are planning is he wants to go to fucking Munich for Oktoberfest. So
yeah,
end of September, like fucking early October. Which I told him, I was like, it was the same thing though. Tickets were only like fucking $600, and I was like, that's it. I was like, dude,
yeah, I knew that one because I flew there. Germany,
yeah, I went there for a layover. No, not Munich,
I was in
Berlin. I was in Berlin for a layover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I was just like, dude, I was like, that's not even expensive,
it's
man.
Not that bad. And that's like, you can even get it for, like, if you get it at the right time, you could probably even get cheaper.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, because that's the thing too. We're trying to go to, at first I was like, fuck, it's going to be so expensive trying to go there in spring in Japan for cherry blossom seasons. But I was like, if we get,
I wanted to
and I was like, if we go, but that's the ending week of April to like early May. That's like the fucking bloom of it all. Like that's like the highlight week.
Yeah.
So for my birthday, it's like the highlight week. And I was like, fuck, it's going to be expensive. But it wasn't as bad. And I was like, dude, I'd be down to go to my fucking birthday and just go, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
on Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I want to see the Godzilla tower or fucking do what is it? The zip lining into Godzilla's mouth, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to see a bunch of shit like that. I got to pay respects to the big G.
Cafe.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to the Gundam, see the live action Gundam.
Maybe go to Nintendo World in Japan would be pretty tight.
Yeah, that was another thing someone else was saying. They're like, you should go to Disneyland or go to Universal Studios, like while out there. But actually, no, what I was saying, me and my boy were saying, I was like, I want to go to the Ghibli land.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Fucking rad. I was like, I would definitely want to go out there. So I know I'm speaking all this shit. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to do. By the way, I don't know if anyone's commenting inside my Instagram because I can't see it since the camera's facing the other way. But if you are saying stuff, just know that I love and appreciate you. I don't know what the fuck you're saying about me either. So,
well, yeah, that's when I was planning to go the cherry blossoms. That's like the main, if you have to pick a different time, it's like that's a good time.
Yeah, my two picks were for my birthday or October. But if I'm gonna go to Munich in October, then I was like, okay, Japan would probably be best, and it's like in spring anyways. That's like the time to go.
Yeah,
I would also be down to go in winter for Japan. It looks really nice. It looks pretty.
Yeah, it does actually.
The only time I'm like, fuck, I don't know, is summer. I heard summer's like grueling. Like summer, like it's humid, it's hot, and I'm just like, I don't know. I've been into Panama in summer, and that was fucking grueling. So
even being in where was I just at?
There's even some parts of Mexico that I went where I was just like, fuck, this is so hot, dude.
That's where I was. But where was the last part of Mexico I was in?
Mexico City was pretty fucking hot. But
in August, it was pretty brutal. I was like, damn, this kind of sucks.
San Felipe, dude. San Felipe. I don't even know what time of the year it was. I've never felt humidity like that. It was so bad that I couldn't sleep. Like I tried, and I would only sleep like 3 hours a night because of how fucking humid it was. And we're outside. It was a crazy trip. It was like we're fishing with my dad and my uncle, and it was like my uncle's fishing trip, and we had to sleep. We had to sleep in this hut that was that was above ground, and we had to pull the ladder up at night. And we're like, oh, why do we have to do that? Because critters come at night, and you want to be sleeping while they're like crawling all over you, trying to get into your shit and stuff like that. So I had to sleep in some hut that's like lifted way above ground, pull up the ladder, and we're sleeping in this like canopy thing that like it was open on all sides, no like fucking fans or windows or ACs. It was just an open canopy. And so like, it's just like fishing city, and every fucking night, dude, I was just like, I was so sweaty, and I was just like, dude, I can't do this.
Yeah. I was in Cabo. That's where I was.
Really? Cabo's not too bad.
But in August, it was humid as hell. Yeah. Normally, I think a lot of times the best time to go is like December.
Yeah.
It's like, that's good weather.
Michoacan, Jalisco. Jalisco is a really cool place to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's as far, but 2024 has a big year planned for me for sure. 2024, I have a lot. I think from what I've learned over the years from 2020 to 2023 is just like I've took a lot more initiative on my life and myself as a person, like especially mental health wise, especially as it comes to relationships, on releasing stuff, on traumas, and like not holding, like I had never really holding grudges in general, but just like having like releasing, whatever resentment or anger that I've had, pain and stuff like that. So I think 2024 is going to be definitely like a year where I'm like, okay, this is going to be well thought out and well planned, and like actually going to take more initiative for me and myself. So
it's our Kobe year, 24.
It should have been this year, right? He was 23. Or this was Jordan year. This was the Jordan year. Oh, next year's Kobe year?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. Jordan year.
Right. So that's cool. No, it is exciting, Oh, and I wanted to thank you for the longsword merch.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. And I'm excited to get it started, honestly. I mean, I've been excited for a while. I was like, we probably all felt similarly, where it was just like, I don't know if this is going to happen then, or like, I guess it's just going to be delayed, but I think we could make it happen.
I didn't want it to. I was just pushing for it so much. And I think that's another thing, is I just kept pushing for things. I'm like, you should just fucking do it. That's the thing. Me and you were talking about earlier. Is like I forget that I have people like supporting me, like because I feel like I make my art, my music, and then like the clothing brand just for myself. Sometimes I'm like, are people even paying attention to this? Like, I know I should make it for myself in general. Who gives a fuck? But like, there's times I'm just like, well, it just seems like I'm doing this for myself, and no one really gives a fuck about my music or about like my stuff, which is okay. Like, I'm still going to continue to make what I love. But then people do ask, and I guess I just tend to forget, because I don't know. I guess I was seeking attention or validation of some sort. Like, I would always want that somehow.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking popularity contest or some shit. And then along the lines, I just gave up, and I was just like, you need to be making this for yourself. Like, honestly, and that's the first satisfaction. It's just that, like, be satisfied with yourself, and that's about it. That's
been my mentality since I became Zero Grav, really, because when I was Chaos it was different, but since I started this whole thing, it's just been like, I gotta make what I want to make. I have to be happy with it at the end of the day. And it's like, I know some people will like it, some people won't, but if I like it, then I want to connect with people who think like me and who enjoy this stuff. Like, that's what I actually want. So
and then you do along the lines. I don't know. I don't know. There's sometimes, especially here in Los Angeles, like there's a lot of places where I just feel like I just didn't fit into the scene, or I just like play to what I want to play. And as you should, you could play whatever the fuck you want as a DJ. But then like, I don't know, there's just like certain like clicks and links and like people that like play like certain industrial or other shit like that. And I just feel like I don't belong. And I'm just like, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I like doing, because I know it's me. And I feel like that was a part that bummed me out at first. I was like, I feel like I don't belong to like a certain group of people. I've met a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like I don't belong in like how I play and what I want to do, this art of storytelling and music at the same time. And it's just, it is weird. Plus when like, okay, Zero Grav is such like a cool like rap name. I feel like that's like kind of like a dope like job. But when I come into the scene, it is Neujack the demigod. Everyone's like, okay, like, wow, God complex boy. And I'm like, it's just the alias that I am. And the whole meaning behind demigod is not to say that I am fucking God. It's just like, it has a whole meaning behind it. Like, it is something that I have to cherish, that I want to teach people about, and also like make them open their aspect and eyes in a certain way. So I don't know. I feel like when Neujack the demigod comes on the scene, it makes people uncomfortable. They're like, you call yourself a demigod? I'm like, yeah, I do, but it's part of like a bigger picture than just saying they have a god fucking figure or something shit like that.
No, we are like, people are gods, like it's about ascending.
That's that's the whole, I mean, that's the whole synopsis.
It's not saying you're the god.
No, not at all. Like, that's kind of the point of that title, is that like you're your own, you create your own reality. You you're the god of your own like reality, pretty much. You know, God is the universe and everything around. God isn't everything around us. That's my belief. God is everything and everywhere, to the air that we breathe, to the fucking star cells inside of our body. But the fact that we can manifest, manipulate, and choose our free will to live the way we want, that's like a power right there. Like, you choose how you want to live based on your mindset and where you put your creativity, or like what you put your intuition or thoughts into. And that's like, I mean, you can be the strongest fucking thing in the universe, but you're still human at the end of the day. That comes with emotions, like, you know, love, hatred, anger, lust, like mistakes. Like, the gods don't make that fucking mistake. I mean, gods like, or well, maybe gods do make mistakes. I don't know. But like, at the same, that's the thing. A demigod's what? It's half human, half god. That's basically what we all are. It's just like, everyone has that potential power to be, honestly.
Yeah.
I think people just like fucking escape it to be like, you're just acting like you're a god. It's like, no, I'd rather not be God, honestly. Honestly, I'd rather just like control my reality, and that's it, and know that how much best I can do to influence other people to see the power within inside themselves, you know?
You are the god of like your experience.
Yeah, so I think that's the thing.
More control.
Because I want to that's the point,
realize.
is to uplift people with the music I'm making, and also let them see the power within inside of themselves to bring that out and be like, hey, you can get through this. All of us have traumas, anxieties, fears, like problems and stuff like that, but you could overcome it if you just change your mindset and change your figure. And it's not going to be fucking easy. It's easier said than done, yes, but that's the point. That's where your strength comes from. Like, and I feel like if you're like, that's easier said than done, then you're dismissing the whole entire alternative mode of it altogether. You're kind of just like, you're kind of writing it off. It's like same for like when people are like, oh, this is self-care, like I'm skipping this because of self-care, I'm doing this because of self-care. Like, there's a difference between self-care and self-coddling. If you're self-coddling yourself, you're just kind of running away from like the needs and necessities of stuff that you need to do for actual self-care. And I feel like that's a big misunderstanding, like how people just kind of say some things here and there to kind of get away. Don't get me wrong, it's all validation. You're all right is how you feel or think, for sure. But at the same time, you only know what you're actually running away from. You know subconsciously of like what you're putting off or what you know is an excuse. So only you can answer that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell people how to think. I can't tell people how to feel. It's just I can only give my insight to so much, and whatever they intake in is like, you know, what they run away with.
It's true.
I got deep. Sorry. Chewy. Chewy's here to support you.
Bring it back. Yeah. No, and it's funny because as you're describing that, I'm thinking like, that's what zero grav is all about, is like ascending to a higher version of yourself, like not being held down by baggage and like all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's about literally becoming the highest version of yourself.
Yeah.
So
like you said in that one song of ours, all we are is energy, stardust of times past.
Yeah, for real. I love that line. I know I wrote the line, but
yeah, no,
that's probably one of my favorite
lines.
lines.
That's why on my TikTok I posted that video from Midnight Mass, because the way they word like what we are in death and also life, it's just so beautifully put together. And I was like, this is exactly how I feel. So if you ever need to watch how Neujack feels about life and death, and also just watch on my TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good.
Which one is it? Night God? I think it's Night God. No, is it? Yeah, at Night God. It's Neujack.
Night God, which is a cool name.
Night God. Yeah. So there we go. People are gonna be like, yeah, my God complex. Like, leave it alone. If you're getting offended by that.
Mad at Wu-Tang.
Yeah, exactly. On God.
Don't be mad at us.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at us, God.
Zeus slaps. I give myself about 12 Zeus slaps, God.
Yeah, that's how I always. If you've been tuning in for that when I rate shit, that's how I do it. I'm always like, I give this many Zeus. By the way,
what's up?
How many Zeus slaps would you give Godzilla, God?
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting to the movie segment already?
No, I just like, why not rate that shit?
Honestly, bro, I give that like a 9.
Yeah, I think I gave
maybe even like a 9.3 to 9.5. That was really fucking good.
Out of 11 Zeus slaps?
Oh shit, fuck. 9.5 out of 11.
Okay. Yeah, I think I gave it like an 8.5 Zeus, which is like, you know, like I definitely had it.
I think I gave it the extra point because you know me, I'm a fucking Godzilla fan.
So. I am too, and I was trying to be fair. I'm like, well, was this better than Killers of the Flower Moon?
I watched that. I just got bored.
It's pretty long. It's a little bit too long, but it is it's like, of course, it's like a well-made movie.
Because it's Scorsese, and Scorsese like puts his like, I don't know, that like that form of old school, like, you know, film where it's like a certain template, and he like complains a lot how like movies today are like too much like
Marvel and all that,
like a Universal Studios ride, which is true. But I don't know, like I do love I love some of Scorsese's films, but that just bored the shit out of me. I was paying attention, I just could not keep focused, and I was like, it's just old men and problems. Like it's all it really is. It's just like old men and like, oh, like fucking like there's just politics involved, and it just I don't know. I got tired of it.
One thing that was kind of funny about it is like it's not technically a mob movie, but it is.
Yeah, like, it kind of
like
is.
When you see it, like he's basically like Robert De Niro's character is basically just a mobster.
Yeah, it's literally a Western. It's a Western mob because it has to deal with the FBI gets involved, and I was like, when have you heard the FBI in a Western? And I was just like, okay,
it is a true story though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yeah, that whole thing.
What's up with all the true story movies I've been watching lately?
It's been a lot.
I've been watching
Godzilla -1.
No, Fargo, A Fire in the Sky, Killers of the Flower Moon. There's some movies I'm just like, why are these all based on a true story?
It's pretty wild. Huh?
I watched Hannibal for the first time this year.
The Silence of the Lambs, or like
Hannibal.
Oh yeah,
I'd never seen Hannibal like the movie until this year. I watched Silence of the Lambs. I watched Red Dragon.
Silence of the Lambs feels more like a classic film, and then Hannibal is kind of like an action movie in a way, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I watched Hannibal and I was like, this wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, and I think that's why some of the actors dropped out too. Because I read that like the girl that played as Clarice Foster, she like was. Jodie Foster was like Clarice in the Silence of the Lambs, and then she read the script for Hannibal, and she didn't like what they did with the character, and then like I think she dropped out of the film. Anyway, I was just like, I can see what
they kind of filmed it weird or something where
it didn't fall. Well, a lot of it didn't follow the premise of the book, and they just felt like they did some of the characters dirty. And I could kind of see what they were talking about. I was like, I kind of get it. I guess
it's not bad. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't that great either, though.
Yeah.
And then fucking Gary Oldman's in it. And I'm like, who is this fucking weirdo in this fucking wheelchair? And I was like, why is Gary Oldman everywhere? Like, god damn it, dude. Can never run away from it.
Movies,
Cannot run away from his weird ass acting.
But I was actually gonna ask, like, where do you rank Godzilla -1 in all the Godzilla movies?
I don't know that. I mean, there's definitely the corniest movies, but as far as like film wise, like
what's your favorite one? What's your least favorite? Godzilla?
I think literally this one and Shin Godzilla were probably like my favorite.
Godzilla. Yeah,
because they had almost the same fucking demeanor,
the vibe, huh?
Yeah, Shin Godzilla was more of like a repeat of the very first actual Godzilla film. That one was like
this is like a prequel, basically.
Yeah,
-1.
-1 was. I don't know. It took a different route. Like I was just like, oh wow, I don't think they ever went this route before, and it was good because it started off heavy. It started off with the fact that like it was after Japan lost the war, like they're fucking like air fission and stuff like that, and I was like,
spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, not really. I already know that's kind of about that, honestly.
We're probably gonna get into spoilers. Though,
probably,
honestly.
But no, like it just went on a different way of. I was like, oh shit, that's happening because they even talk about too, like the fact that like Japan lost the war. And they're talking about how like the Soviets are like busy with their own shit, and the Americans say they're not going to help because they're still like in war. And then the fact that like Japan's on its own after they have like no money after fucking war costs and stuff like that. So then they have a monster attacking the city, and it's up to civilians to take care of it. It's a pretty heavy topic where you're like, oh shit, like this is like after Japan has nothing like at this point, and it's kind of fucking sad to see it that way.
Yeah,
like post-war wise, because there's even other people saying too, like one of my friends took his wife to see it. And she doesn't even like monster movies, but she was like, she really liked that. And she was like, honestly, to me, though, it felt like a war movie rather than a monster movie.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I think it was a monster movie. She's like, I felt like it was more of a war movie about them, like a monster
Godzilla has always been that.
Yeah, exactly. So and I was just like, damn. I was like, that is a pretty heavy topic talked about, dude.
Godzilla was always like an anti-war movie. And this one kind of picked that up.
And you know what I noticed, too? He's always shown doing his fire breath and stuff like that. But the thing I liked about Shin Godzilla and this movie is that the only times he does his fire breath is like when he's like majorly threatened, and then he did it, and then especially in this movie when he did it like that one shot, it went off like a nuke. Like the times that he shot out, like it just went off like a nuclear bomb, and then it was just like, oh fuck, like it's literally like a walking atom bomb, pretty much.
Yeah, he was just. I mean, it was sad, but I did like how they made him feel that destructive. Where like, no, he's wrecking shit like more than most of those.
Yeah,
movies.
That's what Shin was, because when Shin got like damaged. It only did the nuclear blast to defend itself, and then it lit up like half of Tokyo or half of Japan. And I was like, oh fuck, it's like an actual nuclear bomb going off.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking walking force of nature. I don't know. Godzilla's played so many roles. He's played fucking ally, father, like fucking like allegory, fucking villain, hero. He's like the Meryl Streep of fucking like kaiju films. So it's just, I don't know, he's all kinds of characters.
Yeah, and this was like, so how this one was like a prequel in a way, or it really was, because it takes place like right after the war. But like in the first movie, he comes from the bottom of the sea. So in -1, they sent him down to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
So he like comes back up in like Godzilla 1, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's pretty interesting, like an interesting way. I thought that the choice for it to be like a kamikaze pilot was like a really...
That was another thing that was like, it was so emotionally heavy because they're like, they're already, like in the beginning, they're talking, we're not even spoiling anything, because in the beginning, they're talking about like, he's like, well, where's my parents? Like, where's your parents? Like, oh, like my child died. Like, you're a fucking kamikaze pilot. Like, you should have never even survived.
Yeah, they're all
and like, and like how the whole conversations are going. You're like, this is just fucking heavy. Like, already at the fucking beginning, because the opening scene, like, he's in rubble looking for his friends and family. Yeah. Like as he goes back to Japan, parents, and it's just like, dude, it's literally leaves on a fucking note where you're like, damn, this is fucking starting off really fucking heavy already.
And then he's in like his old house, and it's all like
shambles and shit. Yeah, it's literally like after Japan has nothing, and you're like, damn, they picked a very heavy time to talk about this, like on especially, and then Godzilla attacks, and you're just like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, and then like the job that they had of like cutting the bombs and the mines.
Oh yeah, that was insane too. Which is like, you can't, you're gonna blow up. It's like, it pays good, and this is the only option we have. And it's true. It's just like, damn.
Yeah.
It was kind of scary. There's some parts where I was like, he looks terrifying, Godzilla. Like when he's chasing him when they're on the boat, when he's like swimming towards him, I was like, he looks fucking terrifying. Like it's kind of scary to see that.
And like, did you get hyped when they played that theme? Anytime you hear,
yeah. They brought a lot of the old. They brought a lot of the old music back. I love when people sample that. That song's been sampled quite a bit.
Right,
it makes you feel powerful.
The most famous one is probably that Pharaoh Monch one. Simon Says.
Justice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Justice did a Genesis, which samples that. Yes. I don't think we heard that one though.
No, I'm sure I heard it. I just don't. You know,
the part that I found was gnarly. Okay, this might be a little bit of a spoiler. The part I found was gnarly was when they the mine gets in his mouth. And then they like blow it up, and then like he looks dead for a second, then like automatically like just regenerates. You're like, oh shit, like that happened so quickly. Like what the fuck? Like
he was all wrecked for a second.
Yeah, like there's like just a big chunk of his face missing, and then like 2 seconds later, just like and it just like regenerates. You're like, what the fuck? Like how did that happen?
Yeah, well,
that was the part where I was like, that's scary. Like he literally got his face blown off, and he was like, oh, I'm back, and just like kind of regenerates, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it is funny, like you said, like he's a total just terror in this one.
Yeah, he was a bad guy in this one.
Other ones, he's like
the hero, like the mom, fucking the dad, force of nature. I'm telling you, he's the Meryl Streep of movies, the kaiju films.
He's very, very talented actor, and he doesn't seem to age.
No, he's been doing good. He's been doing really good. I mean, in general, it's been a blessing to be a kaiju fan. I mean, I've been freaking out like a kid. You know, I've always liked monster movies. The fact that he's always been fucking throwing down hands and shit.
It's funny because in my book, there's a lot of references to kaiju movies.
Nice.
Like we're just like nerds for kaiju movies.
I love it. No, fucking Monarch came out. Monarch is pretty cool. I like it. Good writing. I really like the fucking like whole synopsis of Monarch. And then on top of that, -1 came out. And then we got the trailer release for fucking Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah, you're excited for Godzilla?
I think it looks cool. Honestly, Kong. It looks like fucking Godzilla and Kong are the Super Smash Brothers-ing it. It looks definitely very blockbuster-y, and it's just so weird to see Godzilla so differently like that. But I'm honestly kind of hyped about it.
It's gonna be fun. It's something different.
Yeah, it's going. You know what it is? I feel like people are hating on it because they're like, it's unrealistic now. But I was like, I like how fucking like batshit crazy it looks, like those old kaiju films where they're just like fucking going ham on the monster fights. So like that's what it is. I feel like it's getting back to. Kong has a mecha hand and shit, and Godzilla's like breath is purple now from like, I think it's a reference or nod to Shin Godzilla. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah.
There was a part that made me hype as fuck though. The fact that there was they showed a part where Godzilla like slammed out of the fucking ground, like got up all quick and was like just booking it towards the fucking whoever he's fucking fighting. I was like, that looks gnarly. I was like, I want to see that in action.
Yeah, it looks cool. I liked Godzilla versus Kong. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, like I thought that one was better than the King of Monsters.
Really, really liked King of Monsters.
I liked King of Monsters. It kind of felt like they were trying to squeeze too much in or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I really liked King of Monsters.
But I liked the
Ghidorah's always a fucking force of reckon with.
I think the writing was better in Godzilla vs Kong or something. But
So?
I like King of Monsters though. I'm not saying I don't like it, but
I
that one
liked it.
felt more like it was just like all action. And
I
shit.
think honestly too. I think that was the one that did the worst out of the series so far. I think that one's like on the lower end of the pole. I think Godzilla and Kong is like higher, and then like what is the best one though? I think that Godzilla 2014.
Maybe 2014.
Well, that one's up
Isn't
there
it
too.
crazy that came out that long ago? That
I
kind of blew my. I
know.
was like, damn,
That's
I
crazy.
felt kind of old in that moment. Like that's like 10
If you see how
years ago.
Godzilla was then too to how he is now, you're like, what happened? He just got super juiced, like super
Yeah.
juiced lizard. Like it's just it started off so
He's
subtle.
always
and-
changing sizes.
Yeah, and then like it was so subtle and like a little bit semi-realistic, and then now it's just like totally off the fucking charts. Like I feel like if you watch Godzilla and Kong for like with like compared to 2014, like is this even the same movie series? Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, he's growing. He's a growing boy.
He's a growing boy.
No, the 2014 Godzilla was actually really good though too.
Yeah, with Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, it
I
made
wish he was in more of that.
it made you realize that like, oh yeah, these movies are a little better when the acting is better. You know?
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, you got like a good actor.
Yeah,
in
had
this.
good actors, had pretty good writing. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was definitely something you're like, oh dang.
And I liked I think what's his name? I forget his name. I want to say he's in Bullet Train, he's in Atlanta, and he's in Godzilla.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. He's
Yeah.
also Craven the Hunter now.
Is he Craven the Hunter?
Yeah, he's a Craven the Hunter now. He's also in Kick-Ass, right? Is that what you're talking about? Same guy?
I don't know.
The English dude. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
the same
No,
person.
it's probably the guy who plays the son
He
inside.
plays. Have you seen Atlanta?
Yes.
So he plays Paperboy in Atlanta.
Oh
He's
yeah.
in Godzilla, and
Yeah.
he's also in Bullet Train. He plays the English guy in Bullet Train.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about now.
that guy's a good actor.
I thought you were talking about the white guy,
Oh,
not the black dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a black dude.
He actually returns inside the new Godzilla movie. It looks like.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because I mean, well, spoiler alert, he didn't die in Godzilla versus Kong,
No.
but he played like that crazy conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But every time I've seen him play a role, he does a good job, you know. So think
I actually
that
saw
helps.
Bullet Train like opening premiere.
I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Sonata was there. That was cool. That was really cool. It was a
Well-
good movie. I honestly, it was better than I expected. I didn't expect it to be that funny or
Yeah,
that
it was
good.
good,
And I was
yeah.
like, I think I went there open minded and optimistic, and it just was way better than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, this is a really good movie.
It was fun. I remember the critics were like very mixed on it, and I was like, "That's weird." And then I saw it, I was like, "Damn, they kind of underrated this. Like,
Yeah.
this is pretty fire."
Watching Brad Pitt in that movie too was like watching like literally 90s Brad Pitt. Like I felt like he just finally got to play himself. They're like, hey, just be Brad Pitt for this movie. He's like, all right. And then like that's really what just happened in
Yeah.
Bullet Train. He was just playing like old school 90s Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good one.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I guess I can kind of see some critics not liking that because it's like just a straight action movie more. But it's like,
Yeah,
it was better than most action movies that have come out recently, though.
For
you know?
sure.
So, yeah, I thought that was kind of odd, you know.
There's quite a bit though. There's so much though that's been on air lately. So many series, so many movies, and I don't know. I can only watch what I can watch because I'm just too busy fucking working on everything else, fucking clothing, working on music, and whatever I could squeeze in, I squeeze in.
Yeah, but I did want to ask you this, and this is serious, honestly. Like, is it possible?
This is not a serious question. I already know that.
Is it possible that Godzilla -1 is just a plot by Big Paleo to sell merch?
Most definitely. By our lizard overlords.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, we can't rule that out. That's a throwback to like the first time we did
No,
that shit.
yeah, we can't rule that one out, honestly.
And then, is it also possible that Godzilla times Kong is a conspiracy by Big Ape to sell
Big Ape?
yeah, to sell Bape merchandise.
Bape merchandise?
Yeah.
Dang. You know what? Bape should do that. Bape would. That would be interesting if Bape actually did do a collaboration with King Kong. Why haven't they done that? That's such a
Magilla Gorilla,
yeah.
King Kong.
That's a very big money
Some
scheme
big
right
apes
there.
out there.
That's a good
Donkey
idea.
Kong's kind of a above average ape.
That's true. Donkey Kong and Bape would work together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You'd have to work with Nintendo, and Nintendo, you know how they are with licensing.
Yeah, they'll like come crush you if you draw like
Yeah.
a Mario.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
hand drawn Mario.
No, yeah. I mean, for the facts being, I mean, I really enjoyed what I did. I feel like that's kind of what I was going over this year too. Is like, what was some of the like craziest things I've did this year? Like,
yeah,
I don't think I traveled much. I think I traveled like around fucking where I know I'm, but I went to a lot of shows this year, and on top of that, like I just had a lot of fun performing this year. I mean, it's already coming to a close, which is kind of crazy to think about. I definitely had relationships with like that have taught me a lot more about myself and also helped me in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that, you know, sometimes people get hurt, but I mean, that's just part of life. People become lessons, and like you learn from one another, and like I have no resentment towards these people at all. It's just that I'm very more grateful, if anything, for actually from what they taught me and like how much I even fucking care about them. But it's just insane. It's, to me, like I feel like a lot has happened this year. I feel like, because I usually do like a yearly recap. I think last year was like, even like last year was a lot. It was fun. It was a lot of fun and made a lot of like fond memories. This year, I felt like there was a lot of lessons learned, but in a good way, not like to the point where like, I fucked up. It was just more like, well, like that hurt, but honestly, I feel like that was for the better. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things happened this year. I'm like, wow, these past 3 years coming out of fucking COVID going into just whatever this financial debt situation we're in now for fucking our country. But I don't know, these 3 years have just been very self-healing, self-exploring, just like reflecting and also like growing. It's like a fucking coming from like being like a cocoon, you know, like, you know, it's like being like a fucking like caterpillar coming out of its cocoon, pretty much. That's how I would like define it, really. You're just like metamorphosis.
Yeah,
it's like the metamorphosis stage these 3 years have been to like bloom more, honestly, with a different mindset and different personnel. I don't know. I definitely want to make a yearly recap of the year. I mean, next year's, it's almost 2024, dude.
Yeah, it's coming.
Like,
soon.
have you even like thought about what you want to do for next year?
Flew by.
It did. It honestly, I don't want to say it did. I just feel like time is just fucking not real, because it's just what man has made what time is. But honestly, I feel like it just kind of flew by, really.
Yeah.
Especially when it always happens when the holidays come. When the holidays come, like it's like we're trying to get like, it's like the new year. Okay, we're gonna get to summer. Okay, we're gonna get to summer. We're gonna get to October, Halloween. Okay, now the holidays, and then like it just like goes faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, it just like flies by right at the end.
Yeah, plus everyone just gets stuck working and just stuck. I mean, honestly, too, if you just stop thinking about what day of the week it is, I feel like you kind of just like enjoy life a little bit more, because you're always like, oh, it's today's this day, because everyone's just fighting to get to the weekend. Everyone's always just like wanting to like, you know, our like time loops are just like weekends to holidays to seasons, and like it just keeps on going to the sense like we just keep making shit go faster for ourselves.
Yeah, we just got to keep like fueling capitalism.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, it's, I don't know. I mean, have you thought about your
next year,
your reflections, or next year?
Yeah. Well, I think I can safely promise that this book will finally come out next year.
Nice.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is handwritten, but I've typed almost half of it now. So that's a good thing. So I got to type the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to print it out and edit it. I'm going to take my time, but I feel like most of it, it's like basically written, you know? So it's like, I just got to tweak it basically. And then, yeah. So it should finally come out. That should be cool. Like because there's certain things that I want to do. Like there's, you know, like certain accomplishments. And that's like kind of like another one that has been on my list for a while and I haven't done, because I'm like, honestly, like sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but if you think about it, I've kind of ascended to the top of hip hop to where like I get respect from legends and stuff like that. Like it's a subtle thing. Like, yeah, maybe I'm not on top of the charts, but I would take that any day over like people I respect that like my work. Like that's cool. Doing the Godcast, like this Godcast is in like the top 25% most watched. So
that's pretty.
That's at the top like of the
that
Godcast
is
world.
But no, that's congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, like,
you know me, I'm against using Spotify, but for you, as far as
Well, yeah. Even this, like, I see this shifting more to YouTube now. Honestly, like, I might leave it on Spotify just so people can access it, but you know, like it's definitely going to be like the clips are going to be on YouTube. I'm not going to put the clips on Spotify.
No, that's definitely one more goal for me too, is to actually like utilize YouTube a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun for it. Yeah, my goals, I mean, definitely the EP release, definitely like push more towards my visuals and make that probably an easier process.
LSS has to come out. My bad. I mean to jump.
No. You're absolutely correct. It needs to come out. I've even had people ask me about like, well, what's up with it? Or like, are you making that? It even comes to the point now where people see like the samples. They're like, are you going to be selling that anytime soon, or just keep making samples? Because like, I want to fucking get a shirt of it. And I was like, well, if the fucking supply and demand is there. I've even had other people ask me because it just started off. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. It started off as a fucking joke. You guys wanted to make a brand. It was you and Mars. You and Mars wanted to come with.
I thought it was a good name.
You and Mars wanted to come up with a brand of clothing because that was just your guys' goal. And then I just said LSS just to be fucking funny. I was just like LSS, longsword style. And then like fucking you guys just kept captivating on it. And I was like, no, I was just kidding. We don't need to name it that. And then like even other people started captivating on that and they're like, oh, seriously, longsword style? And I'm like, I guess people are just going to catch on this.
It works because it's like a lot of, that's what I saw in it is like, it works on multiple levels because you can take like the double entendre, but there's also like it sounds like a martial arts style, and then there's also like, well, it's living in a way where you know like if you're living longsword style, then it's like you're living where you can fuck anything up, you know, like where you got that power, you got that Buster sword.
Yeah. You know, don't do that like, short sword shit.
Yeah, so it's like it really works in a lot of ways, and also. The style, it's like a clothing thing, so that fits in. So just everything.
Especially the way we're going for the creative art directive, and the fact that we need to push out that Jet Set Radio fucking design ASAP since Jet Set Radio is being remade.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But no, but Mars and I have talked about that design for a while, and now I'm just like, oh fuck, Jet Set Radio is being remade. It's like we need to drop that design ASAP. But no, definitely for sure. Longsword style next year is for sure a 100% launch release. I've been getting on Mars about it too. Like, hey, we just need to fucking we just need to sell it. Like it's there. There's demand. There's people that want it. Like we have enough design already that we can still keep making more along the way. So we just need to start. Like I'm just tired of fucking waiting on around it. Like, you know, just waiting to be like, oh man, until we get enough like catalog, then we can do it. Like, no, we can just do it now. Like literally we can just do it now. So that's a goal. Like I said, EP release goal. Definitely play more shows. I definitely want to play at an Insomniac event next year. I'm going to try to make that happen. One of the goals, I made a promise to my friend's wife that I have to play Coachella. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to play by the time next year happens, but definitely sometime soon I will have to.
As long as you make it happen, yeah.
Yeah, as long as I make it happen. I shook her hand on it, and I can't let my friend's wife down, or else I might as well fucking bury me in the grave. So
makes sense.
But no, that definitely go to Japan, go to fucking to Berlin, or not Berlin, Munich for Oktoberfest.
Get faded.
Get faded. No, there's already a fucking couple things lined up, so I honestly am kind of happy about it. And like I said, definitely play more shows. There is a talks. My boy Dion Dumpling, if you're watching this, by the way, we're trying to make our own little angel rave core, like fucking cyberpunk like rave happen, and I know that's in the works and talks. So I just know that him and I have to do that together.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I just know that whatever we want to play or whatever we have to do, we have to make on our own. But no, there's definitely quite a few things. I think this year has taught me a lot more about myself. These past years have been a trip, dude. 2020 to 2023 has just been such a trip. It's just reflection and like a new way of thinking and like, you know, healing, and also like the process of putting that more into practice, because it's going to be a never-ending practice for sure. But I don't know, people I've met, things that I've lost, people I've lost, things that I've done. Like a lot has happened within these last 3 years. A lot, especially within that COVID time. It's just insane to think about. I've learned a lot. I was on my own, living by my own for a long time, you know, like just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy to even be. I'm grateful for it, though. I'm thankful for all of it, no matter what happened. Like, seriously, like, I've had my highs and lows, the rough patches and shit, but I wouldn't have it happen any other way, really, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, that is a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of people get caught up in, like, oh, I wish I could change this and this and that.
You can't, like, for a reason, because if I didn't make those mistakes in the first place, I would have known. What I know now, I would have not made those mistakes in the first place. But the fact I know what I know now is because I made those mistakes in the first place.
And it's like it makes you appreciate things more, for sure.
Yeah. I've always hated the fucking lesson of like, if you love something, let it go. Because I'm like, well, if I want it and I love it, I want to like hold on to it and cherish it. But then it's like squeezing, you know, like putty in your hand. The more you grip on it, the more it's getting it out of your grasp. So
Yeah.
There's definitely people and places and things that I wish I still had, that relationship with or connection with, or like, fuck, like, but I'm just like, it happened for a reason, and it like, it's okay. Like, no matter what, as long as they're happy, as long as I'm happy, as long as no one's no longer suffering, like, I think we're good. So,
yeah.
So I think that's what's to take away from it all.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's one thing that we were talking about getting into, and we haven't gotten into it yet. But I was gonna say, like, we were talking about like how when you're younger you worry about like losing somebody, like relationship wise or whatever, but then when you get older, it's like, oh, I mean, if you lose them, then like, if you're like being true to yourself and you're treating somebody like as well as you can, if you lose them, then that's not really a loss. It's like,
no,
it's like you can't really control that. Like,
no, especially if like, because communication goes both ways though. Like, you definitely have to communicate to that person, and they have to communicate to you. And I think if you lose them, and if you just didn't keep communication, then it's like, well, that's on you, because you didn't keep communication, and like, you lost that person. So yeah, it serves a purpose. Like, either they lost you or you lost them, and it's the way to work out. It's the way it works out. But yeah, I'm still grateful for these people. I mean, there's times that people communication with me, and I'm just like, they care, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not keeping in communication. I'm being an asshole. Like, I need to be more in communication with them. But yeah, it's true. Like what we were saying earlier, him and I were talking earlier, and we were saying that like older versions of us definitely, like, when you're like losing someone, or you're scared to like kind of let them go, and then you're like, fuck, like, what if this person doesn't like me, or like, can I make them like me more, or like, how can I keep on to them, or like, what if like something happens, and let's just like, it's all meant to happen the way it's meant to happen, and like, if you lose them, like, regardless of which way it go, it's fine, like, as long as like, that you've come from good intentions, and you're open and communicative about it, and you like can respond that and respect each other's boundaries, like, no matter what, it's going to work out fine. And if this person does come back into your life, even better. But until then, like, all you can do is keep moving forward and just, be positive about it, really. I mean, things are going to hurt. Things are going to, like, going through the process of anything is always kind of shitty, but like, that's where your strength comes from. Like, people are always like, oh, that's easier said than done, like, to change your mindset. I'm like, well, yeah, but it's a practice. And then that's exactly where your like initiative, like your intuition, and also like your strength comes from you practicing these things. That's how you become a better person. Pretty much. Not a better person. I don't even know if it's self, but it's definitely just becoming more complete with whatever you believe in. Stars, universe, fucking yourself. Like, it's literally, yeah. Because spoiler alert, that's all the same fucking thing, by the way.
Yeah.
But literally, it's just, it's like, I don't know, like the relationship I'm kind of going through right now. Like, I'm just like, I don't feel like I feel like I'm either losing the person, or they just need to like walk on their own path and like kind of figure out what they want to do. And regardless of what it is, it's okay. And I know that's fine, because I'm communicative, I'm open about it. But I'm like, hey, like, whatever you choose, I'm here to support you. Like, regardless of whatever happens, like, if this isn't anything that comes from it, it's okay. So be it. Like, I'm still not going to like stop caring about this person at the same time. But it's just like, like, I'm not going to be resented or mad that like I didn't get the fucking, what I wanted out of it. But at the same time, like, it's okay. Like, it's all right. What happens, things happen for certain reasons, and some people are on their own journeys.
Yeah.
You can't tell people what to think.
Whatever happens, like the homie Nick said.
Like the homie Nick says, that'd be me.
That be me. That be me.
That be me.
We are in Pirate, so that makes sense. Pirate Studio. That be me.
So yeah, no, I mean, this year has taught me a lot about relationships. I think, you know what? Yeah. 2020 definitely taught me a lot more about myself. 2021 was definitely something a little bit more spiritual about myself. 2023 was 2021 was trauma, getting over traumas and like anxieties and fears. And 2022 was just definitely learning more about myself and my own power. And then 2023 has definitely taught me a lot about relationships.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Like, and I don't know, like, I always think if you could lose someone by something that's natural to you, then like they weren't really for you anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard not to see that in the moment. Yeah. In the moment you feel like, oh, this sucks. Like, oh, what did I do wrong? But it's like, think about it. Think about what people are willing to put up with in relationships when they really like somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they'll put up with pretty much anything if they really like someone.
See, that was another thing too. I also learned is that like it just took me a while to realize like people still support you no matter what. Like the differences between that too. Like just because they're not there with you physically or like how you want them to be there for you, like they still fucking support, which fucking is baffling to me. And I'm like, really? Like, wow, okay. Like then I need to restart evaluating myself and the way I'm thinking if I didn't really realize that that's a fucking thing. So it's insane. It's just not, I mean, no, it's not insane. It's just something I never would have figured, really. I think an older version of myself had such a different ideal than like the version of me now has. So
yeah,
which is nice and fitting though. I just
Different
it's comforting to know that people still support you regardless of like how far kind of you seem sometimes, because you're always, especially being an artist, you're in your head all the time. You're your biggest self-critique, especially when you come from such a traumatic past. Sometimes like you forget to analyze like the room around you and be like, wait a minute, like I need to take a step back and like analyze like, you know, what it is around me and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, I guess me as an artist, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to, like, when people listen to my stuff, I don't want them to feel like I'm just going on about myself. You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever have that feeling, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want it to be like all about me. I try to make stuff that you can relate to or that's universally fun to listen to.
Yeah, I think it's more
crafted well. You know,
I think it's more impactful for you because you have to like really write lyrics and you have to speak all this out.
Yeah.
And you know they say that words are spells. So basically you're like pushing all this shit out.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, yeah, I can have people sing. I can sing myself, but I don't like really try. I don't really like to, honestly.
You sang on my track for the feature,
I
bro.
screamed something. But no, it's just
a Neujack feature dropping soon.
I know, right? That's be $600, sir.
Dropping when I come up with that money.
What do you call it? What do you call it? No, it's just I don't know. It's insane to like really think about that kind of
He's
stuff.
insane.
He's insane. But it's when you're like when you're an artist, you're just your own biggest critique. So you get in your own head so much that you just kind of forget about everything else and how people support you and what you do and like whatnot. And then like I think that's why I make visuals though, because don't get me wrong, I mean, when I make my music and when I make sets, like I'm telling a fucking story, and I'm not sure everyone appreciates that because some people just want to go to a show and just like headbang, or do they want to just like hear like certain shit, like they just want to feel that dopamine. But to me, the way I make music, I'm not here to fucking. I think that's why I don't fit into like a lot of scenes in Los Angeles, like especially when it comes to like. Because everyone's like just playing just to play, like it's just like it's hardcore techno.
Your own scene,
exactly, and I know they'll reach its own like creative directive of people, but like I'm always just storytelling. I'm using music to tell these stories, and I'm choosing certain lyrics and songs to like transcribe how I'm feeling, and the visuals is just accommodating for that, especially all these like lush colors that come out and shit like that. Like it's like I'm bleeding fucking fluorescent colors, like really when it comes out to that. So I think that's why I like using visuals and shit like that. It's just I storytell like when I make music. So I think that comes from the aspect like I'm not just there to just play to play. And I know that people are like, just play, like you just need to be jamming out. And I'm just like, I don't know, like I like the creative directive of like telling how I feel. Like I love telling a tale. Like I love storytelling while I'm playing music really much. I love the experience of like making people go through a journey. Like I feel like it's just a lot more fun to me that way, because it's like how I see some of my favorite artists, like fucking Justice, or I've seen like fucking like I don't know, like Porter Robinson, or just seen like some people like take you through this fucking journey and you're just like, dude, this is insane. Like that. It's just a whole different scape that you would see.
Yeah. I feel that. And you could tell that when you listen to ZN, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Like when we made ZN, it was just a big storytelling thing.
Yeah. So, I feel like we probably should have dropped a visual version of that album.
We will eventually.
Yeah. But for the next one, I think we definitely should like just make a visual set of it.
That's another goal. I know I've been saying that, but I need to get to that soon because I do have a lot of those tracks still, and I just want to I want to definitely get the visual aspect out of it a lot more too. You know, there's a lot of visual stuff that we talked about, and also like a lot of like skits involved that we want to do.
And that one's a good one for visuals too. Like there's a lot to take there. You know?
I know one of the funniest things that people say to me sometimes is like the way you dress and the way sometimes you act, it's like does not accommodate like how you make art and visuals. Like if you see your art and visuals, you wouldn't have guessed it came from you. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, okay.
I never thought of it that way. I don't know.
I think it's kind of funny because it's true though. Like I do wear a lot more like darker, and I have like a punk like hip hop like chord, like a tech wear chord to me and stuff like that. And then like when you see my visuals, it's like all these colors and like journeys and like fantasy and just like blooming of all kinds of other random fucking rapid shit. And you're like, I would have not put two and two together. I'm just like,
It's kind of funny because I can't even say shit because when people find out that I rap, like they're always shocked because they're like, "Oh, you don't look like it" or whatever. So that makes sense. It's like we kind of have a different way of dressing.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
So
I was like, really? And then I thought about it, I was like, actually, you know what? That happens to me too.
I don't know. Like, it's just, I think that was a thing too. Like when I made Mu-23, that was so much like color and so much vibrant, and it was just so much emotion. Like even there had some people heard that and they're like, who the fuck hurt you? Like, goddamn, dude. But that was a time like I was just so involved in the creative process that when I stepped back and looked at everything I made, I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm feeling and going through right now. Like I didn't realize how much like I was putting into it until I stepped back and I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of emotion. Like I did not know that whatsoever.
Yeah, that's wild.
But that's what it is. That's where our art comes from. It comes from emotions, past experiences, like feelings, like relativeness. And it's just like we write about or like we speak about like how we feel and like what we're going through and like what we've all already been through. And it's a form of like self-therapy, honestly. Literally, like that's what all of art is just like our own self-diagnosis of self-therapy. So
yeah, so it's
for instance, the track that you made today, the track that like you were speaking about when
all those tracks,
yeah, all of it, like really all of that is just experience of like past stuff that was more hurtful or like more emotional, should I say? Like it was definitely some stuff that was definitely way more emotional, and I was just like, okay,
yeah, I was trying to be. For years, I was trying to be considerate to people that listen. I'm like, I don't want them to hear me just making sad ass music. But I was finally like, at this point, that would be like me changing it up. So it's like, it's a good thing to do.
I know, like, I know that I make like some sad, I'm not some, probably a lot of sad boy music. But at the same time, like, it's like, yes, it is. But like the reason why I do it too is to kind of get people out of that hole. The way I see it is like, I've been there. Like, I know how this feels, but like, I guarantee you, if you just believe in yourself a little bit more, it does get better. And you know that you can change demigod. You can change your reality. You can literally change your aspect of life if you change your mindset, or if you believe in yourself more and just keep trying. Like, that's all it is. Like, that's why sometimes I write sad boy music or do shit like that, because I want it to be relative to when people hear it. They see this power within inside themselves and like, oh fuck, maybe I can. I just want to help pick them off the ground and be like, dude, like, trust me, I've been there. I know what this can come from. So
yeah, you can do this.
Yeah, that's the reason why that comes from that. So I think that's kind of where sometimes I go through that directive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So some people are like, you need to stop doing sad boy stuff. And I'm like, probably, but like until like then, like I want to help people. So help them believe in themselves in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, it helps, you know.
Yeah.
Like to just give a little inspiration, you know.
Give a little. Yeah, I mean that's what music is, really. It's like, I mean, let's go back. Like music in whole theoriness. I mean, all of it is vibration.
Yeah.
All of vibration is made from a universal effect. The fact that we are just energy that's just vibration. There's no point to where we ever start or where we begin. And so therefore too, back in like, I don't know, like when the world was fucking first born, music raises endorphins, and people and the Indians and natives and indigenous people thought that music literally was like spiritual. And like literally it was something that comes from like a core embodiment of ourselves. It's way more than just like, you know, like us just singing tunes in the forest and shit like that. It comes from like ritualistically, it really is something spiritual, vibration. The Egyptians thought they could lift things with sound or like lift their body mass with sound and stuff like that. And now it's come to a point where like it's so powerful that yes, it's just being used to captivate money and entertainment, but at the same time, it really transcribes through people where it affects them deeply. People cry to fucking songs. People fucking play songs over and over again because like how much it affects them in some point in time of their life, or when they heard it and when they remember that time they heard it, like at that point in time and stuff like that.
Or just the pure joy. Well, it goes back to one of my favorite quotes, was there's literally just some random guy on Twitter who said that, like, let me get the quote right. He said that, like, art decorates space and music decorates time. Like, I love that quote so much.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember you sharing that.
Yeah, man. I love that. And like, I've been saying it on a couple episodes, but it's like, it's so true.
It is so true.
And it's such a good like way of looking at it.
It really is, because like literally music is like, I guess in a sense, music's like timestamps.
Yeah,
It's
it
literally
is.
like timestamps of just like what's happening and stuff like that.
Think
And
about like if you say 70s music, you instantly know. Like,
yeah,
you have you come up with idea. And the funny thing is you have different answers for different people.
yeah,
Like,
dude, it's
but
insane.
none of
Music
them
is
are
something
wrong.
because literally music raises endorphins and it can make you
Yeah.
feel like
The pure joy.
it gives you too. Yeah, it's ritualistic. It's
Yeah.
literally like people say that playing songs for seances or fucking like religious like meetups, or that's what church is. I feel like, I mean, I was raised Christian, yes, but I don't know if I really see myself as a Christian. I think God is more than one religion than just like, Christianity, but I'm not shitting on Christianity at all. Cause I feel like when Christianity comes into play, a lot of people shit on it. A lot of people are traumatized by it probably, but religion in its whole aspect, I think is very fucking beautiful. Cause one, okay, let's look at it in the bigger shape of picture. Being together singing raises your endorphins. Being together also talking out your problems to a higher power, God, love, that's therapeutic. And the sense that you're surrounded by people in this community, that's supposed to join like a form of like, community mass. Like it's something there to help people for sure. It's then especially like whatever the higher power is, it's definitely like either yourself that you're looking at or you're praying to God, which is like supposed to be the all love of the universe. But funny thing, all of that's the same fucking thing. So like it's literally like it's such a beautiful aspect. And what is it based around? Music.
Yeah.
Literally, like it's a whole fact about love and music.
You use music. Imagine how
love and music, man.
Imagine how boring life would be without music if there's just no music.
It probably life wouldn't be existent, dude. Music has been played since like the earliest of times. Like literally. Fucking Japanese people believed that the rice paddy fields, they would sing music and folk songs while they were planting their rice paddy fields because it would give a sense of happiness to like the plant life and also the people planting it, which would raise like that's a real thing. Yeah, that would raise like, the like chance of actually having them the fruitful harvest, which is true with plants. If you sing to them or if you speak to them, it raises like, the what is it? They raises some kind of pheromone in them that actually makes them grow better and stronger. Yeah, it's like, it's like light, or it reminds me of like the concept of chromotherapy where people use different lights and it kind of aligns to chakras, like really ancient stuff where you use like these different colored lights to heal different parts of you and stuff like that. Yeah. It makes sense. Or like that's what they say about eating certain color foods, like it aligns to different chakras. Yeah, definitely. I listen to fucking, what do you call it? Like sound baths or like sound singing bowls and stuff like that, or certain frequencies. And what it started with is me doing it inside audio engineering school because we'd have to listen to frequencies and like nail it, like, oh, which frequency is this? And we'd have to switch off to like know, like to tune our ears to listen to different frequencies and be like, okay, like this is that frequency, this is this frequency. But it became so pleasing to me, especially like when it comes to like, I need clear ambience or like white noise to like clear my ears after recording, especially after such loud sounds and shit like that, that it actually like helps align. And then, fun fact, there's singing bowls and chakras and frequencies that help you align, help you meditate, help you get to like a higher like version of yourself and shit like that. So it's all sound based, which is insane to me because then our neurons and our fucking like brainwaves like respond to that. Well, speaking of that, we haven't actually talked about this on the Godcast or not, but did you hear that Andre 3000, this album that he made, he specifically set it to healing frequencies? I wouldn't doubt that. That sounds about right. He did that on purpose, and that's what it was. It's basically like he hasn't actually come out and said this, but I think it was his way of like, you know what, the world needs more healing right now, so I'm gonna tune this to like where it's at these healing frequencies. And have you heard it? Or I have heard it. What did you think of it? I just literally thought it was honestly that, like the way he was playing, I was like, this just sounds like a folk, like healing fucking like meditation. Meditation kind of like sounded like to me. Yeah, it sounds like those like meditation, like kind of like ambient, like albums you listen to basically help you heal, like I don't know, wind chimes in the summer like wind or whatever, like kind of like those types of things like that, like kind of like within what the frequency range was at, which is I think like 400 something hertz, 412, 17, something like that. Yeah, forget the numbers, but it was tuned to like a certain hertz. Where it's like I don't know if I should say this on air because I don't want the government listening to me and using this against me. Big Paleo. I know, because then I have to fight Big Paleo. I got to take down Hollywood and burn it to the ground. You're fine saying that, but you're worried about that. Yeah, fuck Hollywood. We're like right by Hollywood. I'm for the people, yo. I fight for the people. I fight for my friends. My friends mean everything to me. Honestly, kind of in the truth, they really do. My friends and
Shout
family
out to
mean
Kurt
lots.
the Hero. He'll get that random
Yeah,
sound.
yeah.
I fight for my friends.
I fight for my friends. No, I definitely. I mean, he already does it. There's in school we were taught to use like white noise or like just like background sound to fill out like parts of the track.
Yeah.
So if you're recording, like you just use like white noise or just like a hertz frequency to like fill in the spaces, and so there's just not like dead air, and you're like hear it like clip out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like it helps like build a bridge between everything.
That's
So usually what I
yeah, that's
do,
funny.
I record like I don't know, like hertz frequencies like that,
Yeah.
like theta wave, or like I like do like kind of like heart chakra like wave frequencies and stuff like that, or like it's mostly theta wave. And I just put that between like behind every track, very low and very subtle, so like you wouldn't even hear it. But subconsciously, I guarantee you're hearing that. Kind of like how you hear bass. You don't hear bass, you feel bass. Everyone thinks you hear bass. You don't hear it. We can't pick up bass. What we're actually feeling is the vibration. And our brain switches a trigger like, oh, we're hearing that. And it's like, you know, you're not. You're feeling that. That's what bass is to you.
People love bass.
People love bass.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And on top of that too, so my theta waves in my
Makes you
songs,
move.
my theta waves in my songs are coming to a point where it's actually being like kind of like a meditative state. It's helping you like open and expand your mind pretty much. So I don't know. I just think it helps.
Yeah, it does.
And Andre 3000's right. The world does need more healing. So I agree with that.
Yeah. And it's like when you first hear, like everybody wants to hear him rap again, obviously. I still want to hear him rap again. But it's actually cool that he did that and like chose a totally different wave than like any other rapper would do.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the memes have been hilarious, like Kenny G releasing a diss track.
Oh my God. Manuel showed me that and I was like, there's no way that's
it.
Like I was like stupid. I was like, that's not gonna happen. Kenny G, like, fuck your album, Andre. Like,
I did see there was a video that came out of Kenny G playing with Warren G playing Regulate. Like,
yeah. I remember that.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I seen that too. How funny.
It's all circulated.
That's probably the closest we got to fucking ending racism. White people playing saxophone with black rappers.
You know what's funny is sometimes I'll send your brother a video and then you'll send it to the group chat. I'm like, I know where you got this.
Probably. I know there's some stuff that I don't send him that I'll send you, or I don't send
funny.
you and I'll send him. And I think we just worked in a circle now. We're like,
yeah.
Or sometimes we'll send each other the same videos. I'm like, okay, we've got this from each other at this point.
Yeah.
Or I'll see him post like post something that I sent him on his story, and I'm like, I sent him that, but it's fucking hilarious. I was like, he should start
good when someone does that, right?
I told him, I was like, you should just start a meme page, dude. You're fucking all this fire sometimes, or we'll send you fire, and then you were the one to post it. I was like, just start a meme page.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes, starting a meme page, but he should for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely on the sport, like the smorgasbord of like definitely.
I've actually made memes and they're out there, like they're just sitting out there, you know, like people use them. It's kind of funny. Yeah,
I think I've made a couple before. I'm not sure if they got anywhere, but I know I've made a couple and like sent them out there. So who knows?
Yeah, they're in the universe somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Next year, what's the goals?
What's the goals? I'm planning on dropping an album before this year, but I definitely want to drop another one next year.
Yeah.
And now I feel the momentum of like, I just started like making beats again, and I feel the momentum of like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm coming at this from a different perspective now.
Yeah. And
it feels like I'm like better at it, which is cool. Like, it's like, I never really made beats like this before, and I'm just like, let me try this. And it's like, okay. Yeah. So that's one thing. The book for sure. I've been reading more. I don't know if I told you that. I've been reading a book like almost every week.
No way.
So I've just been trying to like read more books, and classic books mostly.
Yeah. What do you like what?
I read a bunch of Hemingway books.
Oh, nice. The Alchemist. No.
I did read The Alchemist
again.
And I also read another Paulo Coelho book, 11 Minutes, and then I checked out another Paulo Coelho book.
Nice.
So yeah,
I know I've been taking up more of reading too a little bit, but more of it comes from the fact that it's like full of, I have a book, not a book, well, kind of. I have a journal, but it's not like a daily journal like today, like this happened. It's usually just used for meditation, scriptures, and also like alchemy, and then also on top of that, it's used for philosophy. So a lot of this stuff comes from shit that I'm reading, like Alchemist, Musashi Miyamoto's The Book of Five Rings, like Marcus Aurelius, like meditations and shit like that. Like I've just been going through these things that are like more about philosophy. So
funny.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I have this journal book, but it's not even like a journal log. It's just that like philosophy, like meditations and like I don't know, alchemy and stuff like that. I do a lot of drawings inside of it too. Maybe I'm becoming a philosopher.
I've been drawing a lot more. I want to get into that more.
Yeah.
You know, so that's another, you reminded me of that.
Yeah.
That's one thing for sure. One of my life goals, I want to do a stand-up special at some point because I've done stand-up and I was good at it and I was getting booked like all the time. And then like my grandpa passed away and that was like kind of one of my main like comedy sources in a way, which is weird. It's not like I was using his material or anything. It was just like he made me want to do comedy because he was about jokes and stuff like that. So I didn't do it. I had a show that weekend. I canceled. I never went back to it. And that was like years ago.
Sucks.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. That's been something where it's like, I want to do at least like one special. I just think that'd be so cool to have like an hour.
I've thought about it, but I think I like when I get to a certain point in my career where I think I'm stable enough to like cut and do a comedy special, I definitely would. Because then I have more to talk about. I feel like
you could do it. A lot of people do. I'm glad you think you could do it. A lot of people don't think they can. It's like, you could really, or then people who aren't funny think they could, and it's like, no, you probably couldn't.
Yeah, no, dude, there's a big way you can come from it, honestly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then I think lately I've been feeling it more too because there's been like some underground comedians that I was like a fan of.
Yeah,
they've been blowing up lately, and I feel like it's like, oh, my boy, you know, like good job, my friend. It's like, I don't know this guy, but I went to his shows when there was like 30 people in the room, and now he has a Netflix special. It's like, that's cool, you know, stuff like that, where it's like you see it and it's like, man, I'm happy for you. Like, you deserve it, you know?
Crazy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that stuff's cool. Or like they're on like the Joe Rogan Experience and it's like, that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. I don't know.
He's made a lot from fucking podcasting. I don't know. For sure.
Well, that's a big platform too if you get on there. I know like some people like him, some people don't. I don't know. I think he's like
had a lot of guests, for sure.
He's good and bad like anything else, but
yeah,
overall I think he's probably more good than bad. There's some stuff that he does that's a little wild, or it's like
he started out with stand-up. A lot of people tend to forget that he started out with stand-up a lot, and then he even went to do the Fear Factor, UFC, and then went back and then he stopped UFC for a little bit to be on Fear Factor, then went back to UFC, and then still continues to do stand-up here and there. So I mean, he's been in the platform for a while.
And I mean, his show, you know, he made a bunch of money off the podcast.
Yeah.
I think, what was that, like $100 million Spotify deal?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know? It's crazy. That's probably why none of us are getting paid by Spotify.
Because fucking Joe Rogan's taking it all.
They gotta pay Joe Rogan.
Fucking I wouldn't doubt it.
It really could be something like that. The podcasting money drives.
I feel like that's one of the funniest jokes is like, when he tells you to stop your OnlyFans, but you tell him to stop his podcast. So you guys have to get in. I'm like, dang it.
It's like, there's no way to stop. I know that's the thing when you do these podcasts, like women have this impression like you're just shitting on women for like hours. Like we've barely really talked about
Of course, 2 males straight would say that.
Yeah. It's like,
no, I think it's just all subjugation.
Yeah.
At this point.
You said one girl wasn't happy about our Barbie movie take, right?
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
But
she's watching now.
Yeah. but I mean, I don't have anything. I like the movie. I rated it highly. I just said that it was a little repetitive. Like it was still one of the.
It did have a good message though, because I feel like they did the same thing they did for like.
It was one of the better movies.
The male aspect too, like how they taught like Ken, like this is how you should act. I'm like, that is kind of drilled into like the men of USA for sure. Yeah. Oh, there was something I was gonna ask you. Like, I was curious because you mentioned it. Like you mentioned that. And you know me, I'm not sensitive. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Little bitch. I'm just playing. Like, I'm fine. I'm at a place where people can absolutely, like Drake fans get mad and they shit on my music. If I say something bad about Drake, like there would be Drake fans that come on my page and they're like, you diss Drake, but this is trash or whatever. People love shitting you online. People love actually having a face over online and acting like they're tough. Yeah. But what I was going to ask you, I was just genuinely curious as you said that more people you knew heard our album and you said they had a lot of comments and I was like, what does that mean? I don't care if it's bad or anything. I'm just like, I was curious like what people thought. I don't know. They just had a lot of comments of just like how the creative art deck from not bad. It was just more There's some people that were like, oh, like I don't know how I felt about like some of the lyricism or like how I felt about like this or blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, like if you didn't relate with it, you didn't fucking like relate with it, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. But no, I was just actually surprised that some people really liked kind of like the creative directive of it. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that was going to be a thing, and I was just like, because I was criticizing myself so much, like fuck, this is just gonna fucking get like taken down, or this is just gonna be like, I don't know, people are not really gonna get it and stuff like that. I thought the mixing wasn't the greatest sometimes. I don't know. It was just people. I don't people liked it more than I thought they were. It was interesting. I don't know, really. I kind of totally forgot what some of the comments were, but I remember it was just like people like took it better, highly liking. I mean, I wish it was listened to more. I wanted to get for a further reach for sure.
Well, I mean, it did reach a pretty good amount. Like, I remember just like a track like Bouquet, like randomly getting thousands of plays. I was like, where'd this come from?
That's interesting.
Yeah. And that's probably.
I don't know. We forgot about that. Oh my God.
That was so funny that like, no joke. That's one of the most popular tracks on there. Like, clearly.
There's times when you make music, like I'll explain to the viewers right now. There's times that you make music and like that's what you call like the magic or like the golden moments in music, because like when you make certain stuff or when shit pieces together, when you jam out and then like you could just make a track from scratch, or like when something connects or works and it's not like you're really even working towards it, it's just like it falls together. Or like when you revisit tracks like that and you're like, what? Like when the fuck? That was one of those moments when we like finally got the hardware out of my old computer. And we're like, finally, we got everything. Like it was all there.
Yeah.
Thank the universe, God, whatever. But like thankfully we got all that shit out of the fucking like a hard drive that's just been fossilized forever.
Yeah, there was a chance that wasn't
gonna that it wasn't gonna happen. And then we fucking like got everything out. We're like, there it is. It's there. Thank God. And like honestly, like gracefully, there wasn't that much missing. Like there's a good chunk like actually already prepared and done.
Yeah.
And I remember with that track we played, we're like, what is this? And we played and we just both stopped and we're like, when the fuck did we make this? Or we're just sitting there listening to it like, when did this happen? Like we're like, no, we didn't even know. Like it just seemed unreal. Like it's like Tenacious D when they wrote the best song in the world and they're like, oh yeah, we don't remember what it was though, but we know that we did it. Yeah. It was like one of those moments where I was just like, I don't even remember fucking making this, and this is so insane to hear. Like back to the point, it was so good.
Yeah, it was.
That was a magical moment. We just stared at each other and we're like, I don't remember this.
That's probably gonna be a core memory.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was wild. Yeah, because I was just like, and I like barely, I didn't even really remember writing it, honestly. And when I heard it, I was like,
I just forgot about it in general, like all of it, like the acoustics, like the lyricism, like the structure. I was like, I don't even remember this. I was like, what the fuck? And then like slowly but surely it started dawning on me again, because then you started talking about like what you wanted for a course. And how you remember, you're like, oh, I remember that I wrote that course, like it should be in there and shit like that. And I was like, I don't know. And like, we went back and forth about it, but then like it started piecing itself together again. Like, oh yeah, like we did do this and we did start to talk about that and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was a trip.
Yeah, I don't know. Making music's such a joy. I mean, it just like kind of brings like who I am out into the lights more. And I think what had happened at first too, when I was first viewing music, like, I wanted to be popular with it. Like I kind of wanted to like be idolized as a fact. Like I was looking to do this kind of stuff to like kind of only be recognized, I think, at some point in my life. And I don't know why I wanted that, because I just thought it would make me feel better. I think it was because I feel like whatever I was running away from back then, it was like, that will help fill the void. Like if I get that, like that will help like answer. And literally that's not the answer whatsoever. And what happened, I think, is just that music turned into something that like, it helps me therapeutically to like kind of, it overjoys me to be like, I can make this stuff and it makes me feel good making this shit, because like it helps me out and hopefully it helps someone else out. But at the same time, I'm just like, it just feels naturally good to have like such a relationship with it. I don't know. Like it's beautiful. And I don't think would rather want to get rid of that. Like it helps me express who I am, how I feel, and like all the things I make with it. Like it's such a big emotion to me.
It is. It's like today, even before we started recording, you have that. I had those moments. Like I'll be honest. Like there's moments where I was like, maybe this stuff sucks. Like, you know, like maybe I shouldn't even record this shit. Then once I recorded it, I was like, wait, this shit is like way better than I thought. You know,
It's
like,
the energy you put into it too. Because even like if other people don't like it, like
yeah.
I mean, it is for you at the end of the day, and you'll find your crowd. Oh, definitely go to the crowd of people that definitely appreciate your music for sure.
Yeah.
But there's times I'm just like, man, I'm not sure if I'm even gonna like this. And there's times I go back and I have my biggest critique where I'm like, I could have done that better. I could have done this better, and I want to go back and fix it, you know. But at the end of the day, like it's you make it for yourself, and then your people will come find you. Like people are not gonna like it all the time. Like I think that's the first thing too. I'm always prepared that not everyone's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Because there's times that people like want to come see my shows or want to hear certain stuff by me or like, oh, let me hear it. And I'm like, you're not going to like it. Like, it's not going to be your cup of tea. They're like, well, like, why do you say that? I'm like, because I know what you like. And I know that like what I make is not going to be to like fulfillment, but I know that you're going to listen to it and be like, oh, cool. Thanks. I support you and stuff like that, which is great. I totally do not negate that at all. But then like someone even told me too, they're like, it doesn't matter if I like it. It's a matter of me like showing it to other people. So that way it can reach what it needs to reach. And that way I could show you off as like, this is what he makes.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it that way. I was just like, oh shit. Like that's a nice way of support.
You know what my brother said is like, we went to one of your sets. Yeah. I was trying to think if we went to more than one, but we went and he was like, yeah, that was really cool to see. And it's cool to see like, that it was like legitimately like a good set, you know, like he really thought like that it was like, it wasn't just because it was his friend or whatever, or like his brother's friend. He just thought it, you know, yeah. Yeah, and it was, man, don't get in your head. That was cool. Like I know I like joked around about the opium den, but that was a really cool venue.
Kind of like that.
It was a cool ass venue though. I'm not gonna lie.
It looked John Wick as fuck, dude. And that girl I was talking to when I was asked, she was a manager there, and I was talking to her about it, and I was like, "Is it like that type of place?" And she's like, "Oh, not trying to say it open and publicly, but kinda." And I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
I have my senses.
Yeah, I was like, it seems like that type of place you can go missing if you fucking say the wrong thing.
Yeah, that episode I called.
It looked expensive. It just looked like those like John Wick like nightclubs, like fucking people dancing while fucking a fight's going off and people were dying in the back. Oh no, it was just insane.
Man, John Wick, that has to be one of the best action series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because they're all good.
It was just straight to the point too.
Did you see 4?
I loved 4.
Yeah, 4 was really good.
And some people were like, "No, it shouldn't have ended like that." I'm like, "That was perfect. That literally, it was literally like, how else would it end? Like, literally, it was such a good movie. Like, leave it alone. There's no reason."
I guess they might, or they are going to make another one, and he might be in it, but I guess we'll see.
They're making a spin-off series.
I know they're doing that.
The ballerina with what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also might make. I've heard of them making John Wick 5, which is possible.
I would accept a prequel. I thought they're making an animated series.
That would be cool.
I heard that they're doing that. If they do that, that'd be amazing.
Well, they're also making like a the Continental. They're making a series about. Just
hotel. The Continental Hotel.
Yeah, just like about that whole where they're at. You know? So it would be interesting.
I like when it gets to lore like that.
The way that it ended, like he did seem dead, but then at the same time, it was like, oh, spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, it's been long enough. You probably should have seen John Wick 4 by now. Anytime you hear us talking about some stuff, just assume there's going to be spoilers.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, it, you know, like it was made in a way where it's like, well, it's possible he could still be alive, you know? Like, even though they showed the grave and all that, like, it was like, you never know with John Wick. Like,
I know. Well, at the same time, I don't know. Like, I feel like John Wick's part of a series, so like people wanted to continue, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty crazy because how many movies have made 4 where the 4th one was actually good? And the 4th one might be the best one. It's definitely
1 and 4 probably did it for me. 1 and 4.
That's funny. That's exactly what I would say. Those are the best
1 and 4 definitely were like.
I'm a sucker for origin stories. I always like the first movie is always.
Well, I heard.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, fuck, I already spoiled the fucking ending for him, anyways. But I heard that like they wanted to make a series with to Sonata's daughter. Remember where he like Sonata dies to Donnie Yen. And he's like, I'll wait for you. I know that you want your revenge, but I'll be waiting or whatever. And then like at the very end, she like tries to go up and stab him while he's like visiting his daughter and stuff like that. I would accept that as a series. I would accept that as like a next version of John Wick, maybe. But I would be like that'll be it. I feel like you should just end it. Like there's no more. I think it's just people want more, but Sometimes it's the best thing. People want more, yes, but it's like you don't have to fucking milk it. Like you should be happy about like
how
the
the
endings.
corporations are. They're like, is there a way we can still squeeze money out of this?
Nah, you don't need to. You don't need to do that.
I know, but they do it. You know, there's gonna be so many more John Wick things.
I cut off on my live on Instagram, so I redid it. I knew that I cut off eventually. I was like, I probably cut off on my live on Instagram. Sorry, guys, I cut off on the live, but here I am again.
Our bad.
Apparently, you were showing the shirt and you walked off screen, so they didn't see the shirt.
Oh, my bad. Sorry about the shirt.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's a great movie series and stuff. How much time do we got left?
We got 45.
Oh, cool. Good.
Less
We have
than
more
10,
than we
yeah.
thought. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, and technically, I mean, we could go. Well, we'll probably try to stick to that. Not go too much out. You don't want to like rush it.
Gives a shit, dog.
Yeah.
People are paying to see the Notice Swing. They're not really not, but you know.
They will be, or we're gonna be making some money off this in the near
making them
future,
moolah. Let's make some sweet moolah with Uncle Rico.
You know what intimidating task I have is fucking editing a best of video episode for the year. I'm not looking forward to that. Luckily, since we're doing this, I'm gonna be like 2 weeks ahead. Since I'm doing this, I had an episode that came out today. Since we're doing this today, I'm like, I set myself up where I'm ahead now.
Oh, okay.
So that's good.
So when is this going to come out?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. So like
They
the
come out
last
on-
week of like fucking December.
Yeah. Welcome to the last. Well,
What?
this is the last fully new episode because I'm gonna do.
No, I'm just like,
Yeah, exactly. That's the vibes.
I know. Last week of the year.
No, it's the last like new episode because I always do like the last.
Wait, am I
episode.
on the last Monday of the year then?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, or well, the last like I said, the last new episode because there's
Is there one after that?
Yeah, there's gonna be like a best of. So that's not even like a real. It is, but it isn't.
Cheers to Neujack being the last Monday episode of the. Wow, I'm honored.
It is technically the last episode because the next one is just all recap.
Wow, I'm honored. I'm honored to be like on the last episode of the
Well,
year.
of course, you're like the most prolific guest in Life in Zero Gravity history.
I know your viewers are like this
You've probably
motherfucker
been
again.
How many times do you think you've been on here? A lot. It's a lot. By
I don't
now.
know. It's definitely been more than 10.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking it might be like 30, but I don't know.
No, not that. Are you sure? Maybe
Well,
you'd have to
with
count.
the stereo sessions.
Oh yeah,
There's some of those.
I forgot about that.
There's been a couple of the podcasts like in person. We've done like this is like at least the third time of pirate. You know, it might be 4.
Probably
by now.
4.
Yeah, so it could be up to that. You know?
Shit, son. I totally
We had
forgot.
a bunch of stereo episodes.
I forgot about that. I forgot stereo
Yeah.
was a thing for a minute.
That's just a rough guess. I have no idea, you know, but yeah.
Wow.
Or there was even like, I remember I called you. There was a phone call that I had you on at the beginning of an episode before. So that even counts.
Yeah,
that was like a 30-minute phone call about like sports, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's honestly been an honor and a privilege, and I just feel like it's kind of crazy that you're ending with me on a note, but
That's why I pushed for it. I was like, I got to end the year with a bang. Yeah.
I mean, I think with honestly, if people have been listening avidly through the years, I feel like they've probably seen us both kind of grow. I feel like from when I'm not going to lie, when I first started on your show, I felt like my arrogance was probably a little bit higher. I mean, I'm still kind of, me, but I don't know.
We were having fun. We had a good time.
I know, but I just definitely feel like I've definitely kind of grown.
grew.
I think that's the thing. You got to kind of like take that consideration too, that like to see how far you came as an artist, as a person, as a mindset. Like you got to see like, the steps you've taken.
Yeah, I feel
and appreciate that.
I feel good about that when I look back at it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like I would have handled this so much worse before.
Yeah, dude. No, it's even more crazy when people see it like when people see it and call you out on it, like, hey, I noticed you've been like changing on. That's great that you've been taking this, and you're like, oh shit, people have been noticing these fucking changes I've been making, like crazy. Like, I don't know.
They know I did this on purpose.
I know, it's insane. Because then there's times that people, people run away from their problems or whatever. They know they need to heal for themselves. But it's just nice to see that, I guess it's validation. I mean, it shouldn't come from without. It should always come from within for sure. But it is nice to like, see that people appreciate the progress that you've also been making. It is nice. It's a sense of community, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to have that,
Yeah, for sure.
Just keep rising up.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's insane to think about that. I mean, I'm blessed. I hope that 2024 for sure brings a lot more blessings and a lot of more fucking a lot more experiences and a lot more like fruitfulness for like the works of our labor. I don't know, have a lot of faith in 2024. It's the Kobe year. This was the Jordan year. This was the Jordan year for sure, and the next
Yeah,
year's the
now it's
Kobe
the
year.
Kobe year. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. What do you want? What's like the one thing you want most out of 2024?
I mean, I would love fucking to be financially stable enough to fucking like, like basically treat my whole family and friends, but like at the same time, I think what I want is just that like career that I've always been fishing for and to be stable in that too. Like get what I've been pushing for so long. I know that overnight success doesn't happen overnight. Overnight success happens with the 10 years that comes with it. But I don't know. I really want a lot for prosperity wise. I definitely a lot more like easier breathing for all of us.
Yeah,
Like I feel like it's just something I'm just like, man, I really hope that we like can push forward.
I know. Well, I guess you're not supposed to say it. Well, no, I could say it because it's very vague. Every time it's 11/11, one of the main things I'm always well, you make a wish, right? If you see it.
Not really. I just like see what it means to me in that moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
what does this mean to you in this moment? I think I always ask myself every time that I see an angel number, I'm like, how do you transcribe this right now? Like,
I'll usually make a wish.
oh,
Yeah, or try to like put something positive out there.
get your wish. Okay, and what's your wishes?
So one of the main wishes I do is I used to do this, and I would say like I wish for everyone I care about to be able to live the life they want to live.
Yeah.
That's what I would wish for. But then I changed it to everyone I care about and everyone I don't care about. I was like, actually, I just wish for everyone, So it just evolved over time. It's like, because I want everyone to be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah, and I think I've never been the type to hold grudges at all, but I feel like too, like no matter where you end off with some people, like it's just you can't change how they think. If they don't like you, that's your problem. And at the same time, I don't wish ill upon them at all.
Yeah. It's life's too short for that, I think.
Yeah, because some people just want to like see you fucking lose, and some people just like want to hold grudges, and like some just don't want to hear what you have to say. But I'm like, that's on them. That's when it comes to the point. I'm just like, okay, if you want to lose me in that way, that's on you, and that's not on me. So like, it is what it is. But I mean, I'll still be there for them. I'm not gonna hate people, but I'm actually not gonna let people take advantage of me either. So you have to have boundaries. You just have to know where your boundaries lie.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a thing.
When's the last time you were? What's the last like fight you were in, and how badly did you lose?
Physical fight or like physical fight?
Yeah, like a physical.
Years, dude. I haven't fought in so long.
I know, random question, but I was just like, oh, I've never asked that before. Just threw that in there.
I don't really fight anymore.
Talking about grudges.
Yeah. No, I remember I got in an argument with someone I was dating, but I never ended up with anything physical. It was very hurtful. I feel like we both made each other cry, and I was like, damn, that was not good.
Damn, yeah, it could get.
It wasn't good, honestly. I feel like when you like get like let each other cry out together, and it could be something like, okay, that did some pretty good. I feel like it was just something I was like, I don't know if this was good.
You're
for
just
us.
trying to tear each other down.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a little bit aggro. So I feel like that was this year. So yeah.
Yeah, I kind of.
As far as physical fights, too, I don't even fight. I don't really fight anything at all unless it's worth fighting for. Unless there's something really worth fighting for, I will fight for it. But like, if there's a reason for me to get into fight, I'm not gonna fucking fight. That's stupid.
The last one might have been. I'm trying to think.
I don't remember the last fight I've been in.
It might have been that family brawl.
Oh yeah.
It's either that or there was a guy I punched because he wouldn't get out of my face, and I kept trying to get him out of my face.
Sometimes some people just need a good chin check.
Yeah, that guy. It was funny because
I'm not saying beat the shit out of people, but sometimes even animals do it to each other. They just check each other's, like knock it off. Fucking old school movies where like girls would be acting hysterical and another girl would come up and just slap the shit out of her, like fucking knock it off, like fucking come to your senses. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's true. It's very true.
No, yeah. So, yeah, when that happened, it was like. I might have told you that story, but it's kind of funny. Some stories are worth like just repeating little details.
Yeah.
So like that guy, he wouldn't get out of my face. I kept trying to get him to leave, and I punched him, and I punched him in the chin, and his hat went flying.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
I remember
funny.
the story.
Yeah. So, but the funny thing is, the cops came and they like were questioning me and shit, and they said, the cop was even like because they saw the security footage and all that.
Yeah.
And the cop was even like, I can't say I wouldn't do the same, but you can't do that. It was just kind of funny. It's like,
It's true though.
yeah, but yeah. And the funny thing is, did I tell you that guy was like a cop's son?
Yeah,
So,
I remember that. You told me that.
So I think he thought he could like get away with that. Yeah. So
Just
that
being a douche.
wasn't even really a fight, but I guess it was in a way.
No, no fighting in 2024.
To go back and forth. Yeah, I don't think it's not worth it. I mean, that scenario was already scary enough because it's like, oh, this motherfucker is gonna snitch. Like this is whack. Like this is, trying to talk about dental damage. What was funny though, it was like one of those when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
Because they ended up calling me in and they had me pick him out of a lineup.
That's so funny.
Like, damn, bro, like this did not go how you thought it was gonna go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that part.
Dad went against him. He's like, "Fuck you, son."
That part was funny. It's like, yeah, I'm tired of this motherfucker eating up all my food now.
Probably
sitting around the damn house. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, R2.
Making those sounds. Always on the damn Game Boy.
Yeah, on the damn Game Boy. No, I mean, I can't believe it's already to the end of the year. So much. I definitely will make my end of the year recap too, I think.
Do you have any plans for Christmas or New Year?
Christmas, I'm probably just going to go see my family, honestly. I probably might go like visit my dad or probably visit my aunts in Fontana.
Yeah.
For New Year's, I'm supposed to go to Countdown with someone special, but we'll see if that actually happens. I'm not sure. I mean, regardless, we'll see what happens.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, I mean, Brian's Lemonade didn't hit me back up, or didn't hit me up at all for a New Year's thing this year. So I was just like, all right, well, if we don't do anything New Year's, I'm gonna go do my own thing. I know that people are gonna like, I don't know. Probably there's gonna be a lot going on for New Year's, especially here in downtown Los Angeles. But I'm just like, like no one has said anything to me yet, so I'm gonna do my own thing for now. But
might as well enjoy it.
I do want to go to Countdown. I hope that it happens. I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I know that this person I'm supposed to go with has been kind of like going through their own thing right now, and I'm definitely not gonna force them to do anything they don't want to do. So if they don't feel like they want to go, then they don't have to go, and if like I go, then I go.
Yeah, you should still go if you want to go.
Yeah, so
like, might as well enjoy it. Where did I go? Grant Park. I went to that.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No.
I went there for New Year's. It's in LA. That was pretty fun.
What are you planning to do for New Year's?
I don't know. I don't really have any plans.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do something fun. I always want to do more than I end up doing for these holidays.
Yeah.
I got to do more. That's something for 2024.
What, do more for the holidays?
Yeah. Because I'm not. So part of me is like, whenever I talk about like, oh, what do I want to do this year? Part of me is like, nah, don't wait, just do it right now.
Yeah.
But then with that stuff, it's like, well, actually, I literally have to wait for the holiday to come. In that case, like, I can't just. I guess I could throw my own Thanksgiving or whatever, but
for sure,
my own Halloween, but it's not the same.
That'd be actually kind of fun to do at Friendsgiving. We should do a Friendsgiving.
We should. Yeah.
Because I've been to a couple this year and it was pretty cool, but like I want to do some with like my own friends.
Yeah, we got to do like a longsword Friendsgiving.
Yeah, me and Mars. That'd be fun
too. See what Mars is cooking up.
I know. Even if we end up just ordering shit, I'd be down with that. Like whatever.
I can make a good mac and cheese.
I don't know. I heard both you motherfuckers know how to cook, and I have yet to see 1 ounce of that yet. So
yeah, you got to see that. Yeah, I've had some of your cooking, and it was good. I don't know if I have ever cooked anything for you.
No,
I don't think so.
You have not.
That's funny.
Out of these years,
we both can make a fire chicken sandwich. Apparently,
I guarantee I could beat you. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna have to rival you on this. Like how Rico said. Like Rico's like, I bet you can make a better pizza. I'm like, I guarantee you cannot make a better pizza than me.
I don't know. He did work at that one pizza place.
So did I. Yeah. So I've worked at my multiple pizza spots. My dad was all like, I'll be taste tester. And I'm like, get the fuck.
Pizza and I'll judge it.
That's what my dad said. My dad was like, he's like, I'll be the taste tester. I was like, shut the fuck up, old man. This ain't none of your goddamn business.
Sit your ass down. That's funny.
No, I didn't say that to him.
No, I know.
But no, yeah.
No, yeah, that'd be fun though. I've wanted to do that actually for the last few years, and I never end up doing it.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, I'm already planning out 2024. I don't think I've ever really done that too. Like, I feel like I've just like lived out year by year, like, well, whatever comes, whatever comes, like it's fine. But now, like, I'm kind of like taking initiative to plan shit out more. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong, especially a lot of fucking basic motherfuckers where they're just like, spontaneous trips are the best trips, and it's like true, spontaneous, yeah, but spontaneously is fun, but at the same time, like, it is good to plan stuff, and I feel like I need to take more initiative to plan shit out, especially schedule my days like how you do and shit like that.
Well, yeah, I could do better though. Well, to be fair, I feel like I've been doing a lot better lately, but I should have done this shit a long time ago.
I feel like my form has been like in waves. Like I'll be like formative one day and formative not the other day, and like I just kind of let it go. And I feel like I've been like losing my schedule here and there because I just kind of do whatever I want to at this point now. But I definitely should come back to form. Usually when I wake up, I will like stretch for like 15 to 30 minutes, and then like I'll get ready and I'll take a cold shower, and then I'll go to work, and then like come to the gym or something. It's just, I feel like my form has been off, but I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like you can allow yourself to, be a little bit translucent, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely should keep more structure for sure. So definitely uphold the structure.
Get like a planner or something. I kind of want to do that.
I know. I usually go up on my phone. I'll write it out on my phone, but then people are like, you need to write it out. Like writing out.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Write down all your dreams. And like,
does he do that?
He did that. He wrote like, he has like his whole life planned out or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Are you saying this because now we need to get to KZRL Sports and we're about to end of like 12 minutes? How many minutes do we?
We still got like a half hour. So.
Okay, we could talk about it for a half hour.
Well, yeah, we could get into it. No, I just said that because planning made me think of that because I thought I'd never heard of anyone planning it. Like he had like this year, get married, this year,
Really?
I think he had like win third World Series when he was like 33 or whatever.
Really? Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, he had it all written out. I watched this documentary. It was pretty interesting.
That's cool. That's a very good thing to do, honestly. I think I should do the same. I mean, I have my vision board. I have a vision board planned out. I should definitely do stuff kind of yearly for sure.
I think it actually is a good, well, I mean, it worked out well for him. $700 million.
True that too. I've written like emails to myself of like future stuff that I want to do. Like, oh, you've been invited to play at this concert. Like, will you accept at this stage and time and stuff like that? I've definitely done it for myself.
Yeah.
So I've definitely like kind of, I don't know, been trying to manifest that shit into my life.
It's a good way to do it.
Manifestation, yeah.
Gotta manifest that ass.
Yeah.
Gotta manifest on that ass.
Gotta manifest that ass into my, yeah.
Manifest, don't manufest. All right? Goes back to that.
Yeah. But no, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. I mean, do you want to get into KZRL Sports?
Why not? We don't have to end. Sometimes I don't end with the sports, so we can still talk about other stuff after the sports. I think we could now. Why not?
Okay.
KZRL Sports. I want to make like a song out of it, just a little like dun 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 dun.
And you should honestly.
I think I'm gonna start doing that. Like,
we'll get a piano and just fucking like do it like really quickly, dude. It's not like it's an easy fix.
I'm gonna make like a video, like an actual intro where it's like dun, 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 dun.
Like where the like little fucking spiral of the wording comes in. It's
exactly.
Like
that's what I want to do. Just go like way
Sports.
too hard with it for no reason. That'd be pretty funny.
And then you should just wear like those old school suits. Like in today's news, we saw the Cowboys suck a dick on the field. No,
yeah. Well, they
kidding.
When they played the Niners, they kind of did, man.
Oh, they got beat?
Yeah, they got beat bad. It was like 42-10 or something.
The Niners beat the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Damn.
They beat the Eagles too. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they beat the Eagles.
Those are some of the top teams.
Yeah.
The Niners, Eagles, Cowboys this year.
Yeah.
But the Niners just destroyed both of them. So
nice.
That's a sports thing.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the big story is Shohei. So are you
getting a jersey?
Yeah, I probably will.
Everyone's already saying that too. Like when I was with my friend's family, they're all like, "We're gonna get Showtime."
I told you I wanted to get the Angels one. There's one that he had that I thought was cool.
The throwback one.
Yeah.
So that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I definitely would get like
a Dodger one. Yeah, for sure.
Especially like I noticed like I don't remember them always doing Japan night, and they did it last year, and I was like, I wonder if that means Shohei's coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Like last season, so now you know they're gonna have Japan night.
Oh, Japanese Appreciation Night. I went to a couple. I went to a Japanese Appreciation Night at the Kings game. That was pretty cool. Mexican Heritage Night always overtakes Dodger Stadium. That's just fucking. It's all over the place.
It is fun though.
It's wild.
They got some good ones. I have a couple of those jerseys.
Yeah. I went to Filipino Heritage Night. That was pretty fun.
Those jerseys are cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool one. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that thing too.
Yeah. Did they have like lumpai there?
I think so. Yeah, from what I remember. No, but yeah, they're definitely gonna have Japanese Heritage Night. That's like strategically, that's such a good thing because there's already a lot of Japanese like community inside Los Angeles. Yeah. So then on top of that too, and the fact that he moved from Angels to Dodgers, Angels fans are pissed right now.
Yeah, they're
the
pissed.
Fact that like he came to the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're like, you traitor, like
you traitor.
But this is probably the best move he could have possibly done. Because I get it, like he wanted to make a name not on the Dodgers, he wanted to be somewhere else to like
the main reason why, right, is because they didn't have a designated hitter for National League.
Yeah. So
that's the main reason why he went. He wanted. I think he always wanted to come to the Dodgers.
Maybe I thought he didn't want to do because he wanted to make his own name for himself, like somewhere else. But even like fucking Angels suck ass.
After watching his documentary and stuff, I came away with the impression that like he might not have been able to do what he did if he went to the Dodgers.
Well, on top of that too, like
because they didn't have a designated hitter. So.
Being on the Dodgers is like the same as being on the Lakers. Like when you make it to the team, like you're like a superstar. And unless you have that aura with you, like if you don't match like the criteria for the team, then you're just kind of off the team. But it's like when you come to that team, you become like, I don't know, like an actor pretty much. Like it's like being the same kind of claim to fame on the red carpet.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a big deal. Like the Lakers are probably I would say that's the biggest team in LA, and then Dodgers is like really close.
Yeah.
Just the Lakers I think are bigger because they won more,
Yeah. They had that like hype for a while.
More championships
is
part of it. So it's like they've kept like that enthusiasm where the Dodgers had like a long drought where it was like 30 years,
That was long.
32 years. Yeah. 88 to 2020.
I'm glad to say that we've got to see the Dodgers win their fucking World Series in our lifetime, and I want to see more, of course, which I think they will. They're so close all the time. They've like, that's the thing. When you come to October, like it's always fun because it's like Halloween party is like Oktoberfest, but then on top of that, like the Dodgers are always in the playoffs or in the World Series because they always make it to the fucking final stages. It's just either they win or they don't.
October is one of the best sports months in general because like the NFL is going on and then like the NBA is starting, so just it's like a whole like merging right then. It's like a whole thing in that moment. So
oh no, I mean he's not gonna be able to pitch though until like
2025.
Because his fucking arm is still. That's the thing too. Like the Angels fucking threw his arm down a lot because that was their only way of like trying to win games was him.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Like it took me a second, but I'm like, somebody mentioned like they never made the playoffs with him. Like that's terrible, man.
That
to
is
not
terrible.
Even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
With like two of the best players in the world. You couldn't figure out a way to like do something where they make it.
Yeah, dude.
He might have stayed if they did that.
For sure. Well, he wanted to. He wanted to close out the deal with them, but it just didn't happen.
He did. He finished his deal. I think he even extended at one point. But he was there like 6 years.
Yeah, dude.
So he did.
No, I mean in the sense of like going to the playoffs. So
and he wants to win. Like that's what he wants more than anything. And
for sure. He could do it with the Dodgers, honestly. The Dodgers are the team that he should be doing with it. I honestly thought it wasn't going to happen. I thought, like, it was, like, that's a long stretch. I was, like, either, like, some team, like, Detroit or something, like, I don't know, maybe even the Yankees
might. For a second, they were there. Did you see, like, the day before he signed, there was all this craziness about, like, oh, he's on a flight to Toronto. And then, like, that was just made up.
Oh,
There's even articles that came out that said that he signed with the Blue Jays. And then, like, an hour later it's like, no, that's actually not accurate. And it's like, what the hell? Like, professional journalists are like saying that he's signing with the Blue Jays.
She's fucking trying to get like, that's why I don't trust some that's why I don't really trust journalism sometimes the sources are just like out there lying their asses off. It's like they're over there trying to fake the moon landing, like he's over there in like Miami now, and it's like, dude, no. It's like I thought some team was going to come and pick him up. And they're going to do the same thing they did to Manny Machado, like give him like a crazy amount of money and be like, okay, you're here for the next like 10 years. But
little did we know the Dodgers
did that. We did that. We came in for $700 million. I just didn't think it was going to be us, though. I was like, oh, shit, we actually did it.
I thought for a while he was going to sign with the Dodgers. And then right before there was this whole thing where it's like, what the hell is going on with this? All this Blue Jays stuff. And like,
I think they're just trying to scare people, like fucking, like, oh, keep them on their toes, like to see if where he actually goes, and just in a different way.
Because on the radio, they were even already getting people ready, like, oh well, he's a private guy. LA might be too much for him, and all this. And it's like, it turns out like I've heard that he was like a Dodger fan as a kid and all this stuff, like all this, like, oh, he always wanted to like actually come here.
Oh fuck!
It's just that he wanted to do the two-way thing, and he was smart for that because like. That's what really made him special.
Yeah.
It's like being able to hit and bat.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do that in a National League team when he came to the MLB. So that's like why he went to the closest thing to the Dodgers. It's like, well, I'm not at the Dodgers, but at least I'm like near there.
Yeah.
So I think he had that plan.
Maybe so. Maybe he just works it out for himself in that way.
And I think he thought like, oh, if I show I could do this, then maybe they'll let me do it there.
He's doing amazing at it. So,
And now, he's one of the best hitters and best pitchers.
Exactly. So
and people trip out on the money. Did I tell you?
I think that's the biggest money deal in baseball history.
It's the biggest in, I think, in North American sports history in general.
Really?
I don't know if there's something bigger like in some other part of the world, but that's crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, I know it's the biggest deal in like baseball history.
For sure, but it's bigger than any, because that's a lot.
That is a lot.
I did say like last year, I was like, watch, in our lifetime, there's going to be a 10-year, $1 billion NBA contract. And I do think that's going to happen like in the next
billion for fucking NBA.
It's going to happen, I think.
Damn.
Those dudes are already making $50 million a year. It's not hard to see it going,
another 50,
Yeah. It's not hard when it's already jumped so much.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it'll happen. Like somebody like, I don't know, if that French guy, Victor Wembanyama, ends up being like as good as they're making it seem like, maybe he'll get like $1 billion deal.
You gotta remember, dude, that's a lifestyle. Those guys have to keep their body up to like earn that money too.
Well, so. Well, look at LeBron. They say he spends like $1 million on his body every year.
Yeah.
And like it's working. Like he still is playing like he's in his like 20s,
Yeah, exactly.
So it worked. Like, and I feel like Shohei's the type of person that would probably do that too.
Yeah, for sure.
He's probably gonna like take care of himself. And they must know more than we know, because people are skeptical. Like, oh, this is his second Tommy John. Like he's not gonna be the same. They must know, like, oh no, like, I don't think they would have signed him if they didn't know that,
I mean, we've kept people on injury before. We kept Seager and Hung Jin Ryu. Like they've been out for like a whole full year, but we still kept them on roster. So
right. But I think for that long term, like 10-year thing, I think they're like, they must know that he's gonna be able to pitch.
And on top of that, they're like, well, we just want to make sure he heals. Like we'll get him while he's down, like injured, and then fucking. I think that's another reason why the Dodgers probably picked up. Like he's injured, but we can definitely fucking like assess this regardless.
Yeah, and I mean he hit 44, 45 home runs last year.
Yeah,
and they shut him down at the end of the year, the Angels. So like, that's a lot. Like that's a lot of power to just add to your lineup.
Exactly. So then the fact that he can do both of
that was on the Angels. The Angels suck. So like,
yes, exactly.
So
the Angels had the best players in baseball, and they're like, they didn't know what to do shit with them.
Well, they had two Hall of Fame players, and then the rest of the team was pretty trash. Rendon's always getting hurt, which was kind of, I don't want to say funny, but kind of funny, because I remember he was going to sign with the Angels or the Dodgers, Anthony Rendon, and they was like, well, I'm going to sign with the Angels because I'm more conservative, and I don't know if the Dodgers fit my values.
Oh, my God. Now look at his ass.
Yeah, and so it's a little funny. I don't know. It's like, you probably should have. You would have had a better career if you went to the Dodgers. Now it's like you just look like a kind of a contract bust.
Yeah, he pretty much, so he showed his true colors, and look what happened.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. And then now, I don't know, if you were Mike Trout, would you want to stay there after that? Like,
I think, I mean, Trout's already on his way out. Like, he's already getting older. Like, where else is he going to go? I mean, actually, you know what? If I was him, I think the thing that would be best to do is finish off, like, the series in Boston or something like that. Isn't he from there? Right?
Or the Phillies?
Wherever he's from, I feel like that'd be your best option. Like, just go back to your hometown.
Damn, if he went to the Phillies, that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, see, because on top of that, I feel like maybe he might even do better again. Like, who knows? Like, the fact, because if that's the case, just go back to where you're from and then fucking finish off your season there, and like, fuck it, because you're already out on your ending way out.
Yeah,
and the Angels they lost everything. There's nothing that you're gonna lose leaving them. So.
Right. I guess now they could. Well, they weren't even paying Ohtani that much, though.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not like they just I was gonna say, oh, they have extra money now. It's like actually that wasn't even that. I mean, I think he was making like $5 million. That's a lot, obviously for us, but for baseball, that's not that much.
No.
You know, so that's like, especially compared to, you know, 700 million.
5 to 700 million. That's insane.
That's crazy. So, but I guess they structured his contract in a way where like most of the money's on the back end.
Yeah.
So it's like the first few years they can build around it more.
Yeah.
The Dodgers. So that works. In
That's
way.
crazy. I can't believe we actually got him. I didn't know that was the thing. I was like, shit, dude. I even told my dad about it. My dad's like, no, I heard. And I was just like, it's insane.
I have to admit, and I actually love that this happened, that you are the one that broke the news to me.
You know what's funny is I broke the news to you, and at first I was like, shit, like he actually didn't know. I thought you already knew. I was like, he probably already knows because you're on top of it. I was checking
my phone like all day, and I just like didn't. I was like, nothing's gonna happen for like a half hour, and then that's when you hit me up, and I was like, this is like the best way to find out, like a fellow. Well, no, like. This is like one of my best friends who's also a Dodger fan. Like, oh yeah, this is cool.
We used to play baseball for 10 years.
Yeah, and we can celebrate this together. Like, we could both be excited about it. We both have like an affinity for Japan.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like
I'm going next year, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm planning to go too. So
yeah, for sure. No, dude, I just thought you already knew. Like, I fucking sent you the news, and I was like, he probably knows though. He's already been on top of this. But I was like, because at first I saw that, and I was like, is this real or is this fucking fake news? And I like researched it a little bit, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I think this is real. And then I sent it to you, and then I was like, I guess this just fucking happened. I was like, I didn't know that was gonna be a fucking thing.
You got it. Yeah, and you were before me, and then I was even before a lot of people because I saw all these people reacting to it. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I was skeptical. First,
got it right when it broke.
Yeah, I think I did. Like right when it released, I got it, and I was like, I was skeptical, and I just kept looking into it, and I was like, oh shit, I think this is real. I was like, I didn't know that.
And in this case, they had whole false reports about him going to Toronto. They're like, oh, he's on a flight to Toronto, and then it was like some guy from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Like they had the wrong guy, the wrong private jet. It's like he was in LA the whole time.
What the hell? That's insane.
Yeah, somebody even posted a picture like, no, he's still in LA. They had like a picture of him.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny.
That's insane. No, dude. Like when I got that news, I was pretty hyped about it. I want to go to his opening night for sure.
Oh shit, it's gonna be crazy.
Opening day, I definitely want to. I know. Prepare for tickets. Dodger price tickets to go up. So
that might be worth it though.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be crazy. It's expensive, I'm sure.
Look at Lakers. Lakers tickets are fucking crazy expensive.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, but they've had like that crazy roster, you know.
Yeah, so
and they have a lot less seats, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna have to fucking go to a game. I want to go to opening night game that he's there. So
yeah, we should.
I'd be down to go opening day, honestly.
Yeah,
opening day would be fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess at this point, but it would be cool to go to his pitching debut too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, we should try to. It's going to be crazy, but we should try to go.
Oh, for sure. I'll be down to go to that shit in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And then people are worried about the prices going up. Oh, that's what I was going to say. What I found out, I might have told you this, but I definitely didn't tell you this on the air, was so I guess apparently on the Angels, he was bringing in, there were Japanese advertisers the Angels are making $40 million from the Japanese advertisers.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine what they're going to make from when he's on the Dodgers, a bigger team.
Yeah, and fucking, oh my God.
So the contract's going to like pay for itself.
That's what I'm saying. Like fucking, there's more of a Japanese community in Los Angeles. So like, it's probably going to go through the roof, honestly, too. Well, and on top of that, a lot of his fans are Japanese, yes, and a lot of his fans are American, but like a majority of his like fan base is Japanese because like he's from Japan and he's like hailing from Japan, so they're supporting a Japanese player. But at this time too, where it's like Messi, wherever he's going, that's where his fan base is going. People that don't like the Dodgers probably are going to be a little bit like, fuck, he's going to the Dodgers. Well, still, fuck it. Like I have to, I got to like show support for him and shit.
Yeah, I was reading. I don't know what. I was reading the comments on his post, like the announcement posts, and I was like translating the Japanese ones, and they're all like, "Well, I liked you on the Angels, but I support you on the Dodgers." Like, there's all this stuff. Like they're it was basically a bunch of people saying they were gonna leap over to the Dodgers.
Wherever he's going is where the fans are going. It doesn't matter about the
funny.
team. They're not Angels fans, they're Ohtani fans. So that's the thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I don't know, like the one thing that actually made me laugh about all this is it's like, oh wow, Ohtani's in LA now, and it's like technically he was already basically here, but it's just funny that like it didn't feel like it. And
Orange County is not a place.
But they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
No, they're not. They're fucking the Orange County fucking Angels of Butt Crack, California.
Anaheim Angels. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you change your name to Los Angeles?
Make it confusing.
You're literally in Orange County. Why would you say that you're in Los Angeles? I think it's just giving up public space time.
Orange County people are always trying to trash.
Exactly. So then you're going to say that you're...
you want to do it.
Yeah, and then no, you're Angels of Anaheim. That's it. That's
trying to come in on that LA.
You're trying to grab that clout. You're trying to get some of the limelight, and then literally you guys suck ass. Look what happened. You lost your best player to us.
There are Angels fans that are leaping to the Dodgers now, and it's kind of hilarious.
Wherever his fans are going is like wherever he's going. So that's it. It's like what do you call it? It's like when people were Barcelona fans. It's like, are you actually a Barca fan or are you a Messi fan?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't hate the Angels. I kind of look at them like the Clippers. It's like, it's another California team.
Yeah.
But there was a while where I found Angel fans really annoying. It was like these like preppy white boys that were just like, I don't know, they were just annoying. It was like these Orange County conservative white guys.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the Dodgers, fuck LA.
Backwards hat, like fucking short, like fucking cargo shorts and shit. No.
It was like kind of an annoying thing. And then when Ohtani signed with them, I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy Ohtani. I'm going to let this Angel hate subside. Like, I'm not going to do that. So,
he makes baseball fun to watch.
Yeah.
He literally makes baseball. That's why he has a big fan base too. And the fact he's doing so stupendous is just another thing to add on top of it.
Yeah, he did like Babe Ruth stuff, but he surpassed Babe Ruth as a pitcher, So that's wild to think of.
Yeah, because too, I was like, some of our coworkers, like, one of them was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, me and the family, because they're all Japanese.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to an Angels game tonight to go see Ohtani, and it's to see Ohtani, but like they basically came from Japan to come to to Anaheim and go see Ohtani play. Like that shows how much support he's getting from people from Japan and also here that are Japanese. So
yeah, I mean, I've heard, we don't know, we're not in Japan, but I've heard that he's just like a massive star over there.
Yeah, to do good on American baseball.
Yeah.
Who's the other one we're looking for prospects? Yamamoto?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's someone else that we're looking at right now too, and they're saying that we have enough remainder left over. But that's the thing too. If Ohtani is one thing, if we get Yamamoto like also on the team, that's another fucking Japanese pump, for sure, dude.
Well, and for sure now every top Japanese player is gonna be like, oh, I want to go play with Shohei over there.
Yeah, dude. It's like plus Japanese really good at baseball too. Like baseball's a big thing in Japan, so it's even crazier that like America's combining Japan and fucking like America together because of baseball and anime. So but it's just like it's a thing though that it's becoming more of like, oh yeah, like LA supports Japanese players like this.
Speaking of that, as we were on the Godcast, I was on my phone for a second. I saw that the Dodgers finally announced Ohtani, and they announced it with an anime video, and I was like, this is so fitting.
Oh, dude.
So you'll see that.
You know how much promotion is going to be with anime because fucking Ohtani is inside Los Angeles, too? Damn. Oh, my God.
But it's him crazy. Animated. Like, they put
really? How
to
funny.
Announce that he's on the team, and I was like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
You got to see it. You'll like it.
Yeah.
They just did that.
Like, if they get Yamamoto, we had Maeda. Maeda was Japanese.
Maeda was good. Yeah.
We've actually quite a few.
Yeah.
We had quite a few Japanese players.
Yeah. The Dodgers are always breaking barriers. Like, getting, like,
For God's sakes, we're the team that had the first black player.
Yeah. Fernando too,
Fuck you, white America. We had the first black player.
Yeah.
I fight for my friends.
You, white America. Just saying like the whitest voice.
Yeah. I fight for my friends.
I fight for my friends.
So definitely that. That's gonna be fun. I mean, I live in downtown, so it's probably gonna be nuts, dude.
Popping, yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go to a game.
Oh, in Little Tokyo. There'll be a bunch of stuff.
For sure. There'll be a lot of stuff for Ohtani, Little Tokyo, and fucking right there. Like
Little Toke.
I'm right there next to fucking, what do you call it? The Dodger Stadium. So it's going to only be like a short fucking scooter ride away and it'll be fucking good. So
yeah, I already want to go to more games anyway, but that's more incentive,
Yeah,
sure.
it's gonna be a lot of fun to see him play. I definitely want to go, even if he's not pitching yet. I would love to go see him bat for sure.
Yeah, he's already like just he's one of the best hitters already. So it's like, well, yeah, you still get to watch like a lot. You know, just generating all those extra runs. Like your designated hitter is one of the best hitters in the league.
What they probably will do is not throw him out there as like an outfielder or anything. They'll just probably just have him only for hitting.
Just DH.
Yeah, DH.
That's what they would do. I'm sure he could do that too, and that might be a thing too. He's probably going to end up like being a fielder at some point, you know?
Maybe. Shit. I mean, I don't see what the point he can't multitask. Make him another fucking Bo Jackson. Just fucking be like an ultimate sports. Yeah, like a ultimate sports athlete. Like, go for it, dude. Fucking go fish that shit.
Yeah. So that's crazy. He'll probably always be able to hit. We don't know if he's going to be able to pitch forever, but, you know, like the hitting will always be there.
Have you seen all the responses? That was another thing, too, that clarified. I'm like, okay, he is inside the Dodgers now, is the fact that all the like other players got the news and they're all tweeting each other. Like Freddie Freeman was talking about it, like Walker Buehler and stuff like that. Everyone was just all like, oh, shit, like we got who? And like they're all like responding to each other about like the fact that Ohtani is coming to like the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's going to be welcomed with open arms.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's the thing too. Like a lot of Dodger fans, like, have been wanting him to come to fucking the LA.
I wanted him there.
Like, no one's been like, he's on the Angels. Fuck him. They're like, fuck, he's on the Angels. But if we get this guy, like, it's gonna be fucking amazing. Like,
yeah. Can you imagine what we could do with those?
Exactly. It's been that. It's like, can you imagine if this guy's on our team, dude?
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was gonna say. Is like he put up those numbers. This is the thing about hitting in baseball is like if you're the only good hitter on it's him and Trout.
Yeah.
You got two good hitters on the lineup. That's all they have to worry about. So your numbers are actually going to go down because it's tougher.
Yeah.
It's like they can pitch around you.
Yeah.
With that, what are you going to do? You pitch around Ohtani, and then it's going to be Freeman,
Mookie Betts,
Mookie. You know, Chris Taylor probably hit a home run. Max Muncy. Like,
fucking Will Smith coming in clutch randomly and shit like that.
Yeah,
like it's a whole fucking roster
they're
of people.
Loaded, and now the one spot. The designated hitter, which is basically just an extra hitter.
Yeah.
Like now it's him. Like
that's what it's like. That's a fucking monster. You're just like, oh shit, dude.
It's like, it's like you think you got through the whole batting order. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot they got that Ohtani. Like,
that's like fighting bosses like on the fucking video game, and then you get the side boss. You're like, that's still fucking hard. Like, dude, like how am I gonna get past this? Dude?
Yeah, so it's just gonna be unfair.
It's
People are mad. Like other fan bases are pretty mad, but
because they wanted him.
Yeah. But like, I don't think there was. I thought it was possible he could go to the Giants, maybe the Yankees. Like there was a few teams I thought that was maybe possible, but I was just like, I think he's gonna go to the Dodgers.
I would have saw the Yankees for sure. I'd been like, you might go to the Yankees.
The San Francisco also has a big Japanese community, so I could have seen like San Francisco, you know, on I would have been pissed though, like but I don't think that was ever really a thing. The Blue Jays weirdly seem to be a thing. I think maybe because it's the only international team,
probably.
So it's like, oh, I could be a star in this whole country too.
Yeah,
like Canada, I'd be like the man in Canada.
No, I think the Dodgers really pushed and fought to get him, and that's probably why they bought him out for $700 million.
Yeah,
they pulled as every card they could to get this guy. You know, that's probably been in the works for a minute. As soon as they like his contract's coming for free, they're like, "Fuck that, we're getting this dude."
Not only that, they've been setting that up because I've been seeing like, oh, so they're not going to re-sign, you know, like Seager. They're not going to re-sign like Trey Turner, like all these guys that were making a bunch of money, and it was like I feel like they're setting this up to get Ohtani. Like I thought that for years.
Yeah.
And that I think that is what it was.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, you got to set the budget up, you know.
Yeah.
And they did really well. They still made it far. Yeah. Like their version of like saving money still had them in the playoffs, like deep in the playoffs.
For sure, exactly. So and
like,
now look what we're gonna do with this.
Yeah. So it would be crazy.
The merch too. On top of that, you know his jerseys are going to sell for. You know people are going to buy his jersey for sure. Like that jersey's probably going to get bought the most.
Probably the number one this year.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, for sure. Actually, like for one, it's like he's already a big star, and it's like then you get on like one of the biggest teams.
Yeah, superstar team for sure.
Yeah, it's going to sell.
How much time we got left?
We're about wrapped up, honestly. So.
Dang, we ended with KR0 Sports. Sorry, we just talked about baseball, but this is something big. So
yeah, this isn't the usual. I mean, we got a couple. I was gonna say if there's anything you want to talk about, any thoughts?
Anything you wanted to ask?
Anything you want? Yeah, I actually
honestly,
I wrote. Look. I wrote in big letters at the right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hold on, let me see.
Honestly, if we had more time, I would love to ask you a little bit more questions, but we're
Look
almost
where this pin's pointing, because I was making fun of that right there.
And is there anything nice?
Any questions for me?
Yeah, for me.
Because I knew if I said that, you'd have that response.
I really wish kind of we had like another hour, because it would just be a lot more fun to like talk about these other things, especially since this is the end of the year like episode.
End of the year. Well, then we got to start the year like this, right?
Yeah, true.
I think, yeah, we should.
Wow. Didn't we do this last time? Was I on the episode one time for a year? Didn't I I think I was on an episode where like it was like the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you've probably been at near the end anyway, like most likely. So
well, thank you for letting me end on a note of 2023.
I mean, thanks a lot for today. This was honestly just a great day, very productive, and
yeah, we got to record. We got to do what 3 or 4 hours of podcasting, and just we've fucking oh my god, recording and podcasting. What a better way to spend a Monday.
Yeah, really. This is what it's all about.
And thank you guys for chiming in and listening. Honestly, I'm not sure who made it to the end or whatever, but definitely thank you guys for joining us for our little conversations that we had and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely a fun fact. Damn, my hair looks so white in that fucking but it's not even white. It's yellowish.
It might partially be this probably isn't the greatest camera. What this laptop's actually newer, so it's probably not too bad. But
yeah. So thank you guys. It's been a fun experience to honestly be on this show for so many times, and the fact we're ending 2023 already. I hope you guys have a good New Year's. I hope you have a great start to your new year. I hope you guys have something planned where you can look forward to next year, and make something about for yourself for next year that you could look forward to. Take the initiative to, have more love and creativity and better yourself in some type of way. Don't give up on yourself. If you don't believe in anything, you got to believe in yourself, as I always say. So,
yeah, that's true. If you don't believe in you, who will?
Exactly. So, thank you for letting me be on the episode.
Thank you. Honestly.
That's crazy that we're it's a... Chewy says his regards as well. So, Chewbacca is always there with us, as always.
As always.
Yeah. So, I would love to talk about more, but... Literally,
we talked about a lot, and
I feel like we still could have talked about a lot more.
Yeah,
honestly.
There's still. I still had stuff I didn't even get to.
Exactly. So, I was I was gonna ask you a few questions too, but I asked you what I could throughout the middle of the episodes too. What do you want to do for next year? What's your goals? How do you want to bring in the new year? How about that? Let's end on that. What do you want to do to bring in the new year? Not New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. What do you Are you gonna do anything for New Year's Day?
New Year's Day. I don't know. I'm not sure. For sure, I'm gonna be like most people. I have to. I've been going to the gym every day, but that's one thing you got to do. I don't know. What about you? Do you have anything?
I want to kind of I know I'm going to. What am I going to? I'm going to fucking Countdown and stuff like that, which will be fun. But I kind of want to bring in the New Year Day with something fresh, go to brunch or go on a hike or just do something that that brings in the day, actually New Year, because everyone parties New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day is for the hangover. But I want to actually bring in the day. It'll be nice to celebrate New Year's Eve, yes, but literally bring in New Year's Day kind of a fresh start. Do something I don't know, just something refreshing.
Yeah.
New breath of fresh air.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think.
Or as Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask says, dawn of a new day.
Dawn of a new day.
You remember that?
Yeah.
When you finally beat death, or not, actually you accept death, should I say. You accept death finally and it says dawn of a new day rather than fucking signing day one or the final day.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's why I had trauma as a kid. Fucking Majora's Mask.
That game is a pretty dark game, man.
Yeah, it is a pretty dark game.
Weirdly dark, because I feel like Ocarina of Time is not nearly as dark as that. Right?
No, that and Twilight Princess, but fucking Majora's Mask was something else.
Yeah, it was super dark.
Yeah.
And it almost it's clearly a Zelda game, but it almost doesn't even feel like one, right? In a way, it almost feels like its own thing.
It's a dark fantasy film, or kind of game, honestly. Really,
yeah, it's interesting.
Well, on top of that, you're not saving any princess. You're going through the turmoils of life, of what it is after death, and coming to closure. Really,
yeah.
It's the Kubler-Ross's theory about death. What is it? Anger, greed, anger. Bargaining, fucking denial, whatever, and acceptance, right? Whatever that is. That's the stages of whatever it is when after you die or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Anyways, I did that with Majora's Mask, but like the game says, dawn of a new day. So we're
It is
definitely.
the
I hope
dawn
that
of
you
a new
guys
day.
do bring in your New Year's Eve or day fucking very well. So
Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, and thanks again for, I mean, working with me today, helping me get this music out finally. So
Yeah, no, definitely, man. As always, we're doing it again Friday, so
yeah, we'll be back. So
we'll be back in the studio.
yeah. All right. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
We'll be back soon.
From the
very
demigod
soon.
and interstellar bullying and Chewy. Did you end it? Okay.